we should be going.
All right. Welcome back to Oathbound Roads. It's a rare double feature this weekend. The free times allowed it, and I decided to take advantage. So, last time, our little gaggle of adventurers went on the ride of their lives, getting a ride on Dragonback running through the countryside. Due to the wintry air, they wouldn't have survived the high altitudes required for him to fly where they were going. Taking him up to his lair atop Mount Al Gilyali, where he presented them with a rather sad reality of things. That much of the dragon's bravado and their mastery of this valley was a fading shadow that was just hours away from the sunrise taking it away. The mother worm, 2,000 years old, having witnessed so many things, was in her dying days, her body petrifying into veins of pure silver, into the mountain itself. And there were very few remaining in the mountain who could really call it home. And about to be fewer. They agreed to aid them in their plight, namely to track down a mysterious creature that had been attacking them in their nursery in the last clutch of healthy eggs she had laid. They followed the creature down into the underground, through a hole somewhat similar to the rotted-looking one they found inside of Ibra's tomb. They found a large chamber of sulfur pools, and encountered a mysterious serpentine creature that had lightning breath and translucent skin. They did battle. Glorious battle. Some of them got some pretty notable upgrades, most notably Hildegard's Raven Laug, who was changed into a very large, powerful birdman thing that proceeded to start wrecking face. But when they put the creature down, a timely blow from Garm to the back of its neck, something began to puppet its body, and it began exhibiting strange, unusual abilities, teleporting about, summoning storms even out of the underground location. But it did not last, and they were victorious. On its defeat, they retrieved the head and harvested what they could of the creature's unusual anatomy, and were promptly granted a reward. The only one was shown in session, though, was Jeddah, the changeling pugilist, who was granted a replacement for the arm that had been bitten off a few sessions ago. An arm of living metal. And so, we come back to the present. So, it has all been discussed, what you all wish to ask of the dragons for your rewards. If anyone would like to say it out loud for the folks here, that would be grand.
I would like to.
Okay.
After some out-of-universe deliberating, as much as a silver sword would be very appropriate for Garm, he doesn't hurt for damage. He does get hurt whenever he gets his shit slapped, though, which is quite often. Because of that whole tendency to charge into the fray. So, in character, he requested some silver armor. By way of, it is not my might that is lacking, but several times now I have come perilously close to death. It is a risk of my profession, but there is more work yet to do. I would ask for protection.
All right. Ronkilar will take you down to the forges and foundries. The kobolds and drakes working there are few in number, but masters of their craft. And through some small alterations, they grant you a suit of silver splint mail, designed to fit your size.
Da 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 da.
It is
Okay,
capable of expanding if your anatomy so needs it. It is,
Excellent.
and to read off the benefits, because silver should do more than it does in 5e. Wearing this armor, you get a 1-a-day burn of magic resistance if you are targeted by a spell or magical effect.
Ooh.
And you can add 1 free hit die while resting. And you have... Here, how did I exactly word it? Yep. Okay.
Hello?
I'm here.
Hello?
Oh, Discord just went quiet and
Yep, sorry, I was just reading back up through something. Yes, and advantage on rolls against curse effects. Had to dig back through some conversations. All right,
Discord
So-
going quiet just makes me nervous. Sorry.
as it should.
Yeah, same.
All right, so that is Garm's reward. Anyone want to go next?
Sure.
Alrighty.
Hildegard just has no earthly idea what items are actually useful to her anymore. She kind of lost all of her clericy shit. She's not strong enough, or it didn't vibrate for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So Confucius just like, oh, I guess I would like to learn a draconic spell. Just
Alrighty.
utterly no idea what to do. She just looks confused.
They grant you the knowledge of Dragon's Breath.
I'm just imagining like just a book of spells pops up, and she's like, I have no idea which one. Just choice paralysis, and the birds both point to this one. They're just like, do it. It's like, oh,
It'll be cool. I'd say it's so close to proximity that Laug is still in his rock form, so he actually points with his perfect muscled taloned hand. Just
Oh, God. I
oh.
hate it.
Well, yep. She selects the spell.
Alright. Get a free spell to add into your thing. Alright.
It's a free use.
Yeah, you get a free use out of it for
Oh,
long
sweet.
rest. And it is scaling up to your warlock spells.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, so that leaves Vask and Vara for their rewards.
Farah, just
Mask. Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
no. You go ahead.
You can roll for it if you want.
No, it'll be funnier if I go last.
Alright, good.
Vask pulls out. He goes, I'm actually working on a project that I could actually use a master silversmith to set the framework for. And he'll pull out the schematics, basically, of the item he's working on.
Alright.
But
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to carry on once you were done, so if you got anything else to say, go ahead and say it.
That would be his reward, so never mind. I was trying to see if I could get that Bloodwell vial, but I don't know how to ask for that in game if I'm already getting this as the reward. So continue.
Alright.
Not
The thing
really
that was
anything besides that I can use as a sorcerer, but never mind. Continue.
What they offer when you provide your request, they can provide everything but the magical components itself to power it. So
Okay,
you
so that's
have a
all-
fine silver threaded glove with an inlay for a gemstone in it
Yep.
for your long-term plans. And they do provide a little bit of insight into the need for the aberrations required to power it. You learn
Okay,
that
good.
while there is a old, let's go to the Ibrana map. Not that. Let's do no, never mind. Okay, so found it. Okay, you learn that not decent way to the south. It's rather perilous traversing directly south from your location, but if you cut through Balbarrow, there is a sizable fellstone crater that is quite old right here.
I was
But
wondering about
it's
that marker on the map.
they do not recommend venturing there. It is very unsafe. So if you seek something like that, that would provide. We're not entirely sure what resides there, but it's dangerous. If you seek something to power something like that, there are other places to look.
Okay, I might ask Ruben if or someone else wants to get back into town if they know anything about that. But good to know. Filing that away.
All right. So that leaves us with Vara.
So, out of universe, I had no idea. In universe, Var's like, I don't know. What do you guys think?
What?
She's just looking at you like, I don't what?
Uh,
As the dragon said before, Mother of the Mountain has gathered a collection of rare magical secrets.
you could ask for a spell.
No.
Maybe an item.
Maybe a staff? Like a really nice staff?
Every suggestion, she's just standing there with her hand on her chin, like, Oh, I got it. Maybe something so I stop, getting my ass kicked all the time.
Rogular just kind of looks down and goes, "You are quite frail."
Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
All right. He procures, as discussed. He searches around and then manages to find it. He brings out, it looks to be a leather wineskin in the beginning. As he holds it up, it fills up and kind of swells up on its own as he hands it to you. This vessel will be able to suit your needs, I believe. It's enchanted. You'll never thirst, and it certainly can provide magical aid if you require it.
Thank you.
You have been granted an awakened dragon vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I didn't ask for that either. BB just like, you want one of these? Like, yeah.
Well, it offers a free potion burn per day, which is useful no matter what for anybody here, and also it basically means free drugs.
Free drugs.
That's similar. That's similar to the thing Ellie got.
Yeah, this is slightly buffed. Slightly.
Yeah.
Awakened dragon vessel is pretty damn good.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's
Vara would most definitely like free drugs.
Free drugs.
Oh my god,
Actually,
we are
like,
drug dealers after all. Path has led here. The previous joke has paid off.
It has come true.
We are now drug dealers, and I was right about
I
all of
did
you.
not- I didn't give this to her. I claim nothing.
I was right about all of you. She seems really happy with it. She's like, "Ooh, this looks cool. I'm gonna research the shit out of this, or experiment with everything that it can do, and none of you can stop me." She does say, "None of you can stop me."
I mean, I'm not going to. Why would I want to?
I don't know, because it would ruin your drug operation.
Oh my god.
There is the cheekiest smile on her face when she says that to you this time. Like, she knows that you're not drug dealers now,
Now.
but it's still a really funny joke.
Yeah, what could she say? Some weird people have shown up in town offering drugs to the students.
All right. Rangalar wondering if perhaps he made a mistake in choosing less reputable adventurers than he thought.
Probably.
Oh no! Oh. Yeah. She's still checking her arm out.
Mm-hmm. As I said, the weight is there, the feel is there. It just feels kind of cold compared to your old one.
Does it also just feel like pins and needles all the time?
Oh god, no, that sounds awful.
Not quite to that.
Hey
But-
Garb. Do me a favor. She like puts her arm up for like an arm wrestle kind of thing.
Alrighty.
Athletics versus athletics?
Sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Though to be honest, any result is probably a good result for a replacement arm.
I mean, yeah, but she's trying to get a feel for it.
Yeah, exactly. That you feel anything at all.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
ooh.
super close. Yeah, the same score too. All right, so it looks kind of like a predator handshake for a moment. Eventually, you start to notice that, yeah, Jed has slightly gained the upper hand with it, trying maybe a little bit harder than you in this instance. You realize that arm holds up under duress pretty well.
Pull back after a minute. Feels like my arm.
It is now. Just as strong as before.
She flexes and brings out the blade. Maybe
If not
stronger.
more so. Mm-hmm. Nodding.
We'll put this to good use.
Hey.
Making drugs.
And on that note, you guys are brought back down to Hallow Hall, and the days to follow are somewhat eventless, though About 2 or 3 days later, when you all wake up and start looking around, you start to notice something. There are a lot more people here that weren't here before.
Uh-oh.
You see a surprising number of merchants coming into the area.
The pass was cleared.
Yeah, that's true. That reminds me, what happened the first time I shifted with my arm?
It does not change its appearance, but it does change to your dimensions.
Okay.
It
I
still
can
has
bear
the
that.
same living metal look.
That's fine.
Good thing you still wear that cloak, huh?
Just get some gloves and a long sleeve shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, but let's see what happens.
No shirt can possibly contain these pythons.
I'm sorry, but this is a traveling gun show.
That is very redundant.
Christ.
So as you start to notice it's suddenly a lot more crowded, there's practically a line coming into town of merchants carrying a lot of different goods. You realize the winter really did catch a lot of people off guard. The town suddenly starts looking a lot more crowded. The guild hall is suddenly a lot more crowded.
I wonder how the virus here is holding up.
Just fine. As you're just walking along carrying crates.
Need a handle that?
2 hands if you got them.
She grins and grabs it with both hands. I do got them now, actually.
Hell yeah. Haven't seen one like that in a while.
You've seen something like it before?
Yeah. Certain injuries. Something that mother knows how to do.
It's kind of amazing, actually.
Oh yeah, they kick ass.
I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Yeah. Probably won't be around to see it. I'm going to be pretty busy for a little while now that the winter crowds come in a little bit later than expected. Some of the goods are probably going to be a bit stale, but hey, at least most of the kids are going to get their graduation gifts on time.
And beggars can't be choosers.
Well, they can, but why would they be?
Eh.
On that note, just kind of walks over, looking over the lot of you. I'm assuming y'all are just sitting at the guild hall table at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast.
Yep.
Feed bulbs.
Things are going to get a little busier for the next few days, probably next few weeks. I may have to consolidate all of you guys down into one single room if you're going to continue staying here.
That's fine. I don't stay here anyway.
Yeah.
And there are enough rooms in the root cellar for the rest of you if you want them. It's pretty quiet in there now.
Admittedly, I would appreciate the freed up space.
I don't think that's a bad
Very
idea.
well.
Yeah. You're still welcome here for breakfast. You're still all guild official and shit. Actually, you technically are you anymore now that job's done?
Shrugs.
Don't. Would I be with having been here for so long and done like just so many jobs around here?
I mean, you've helped out around, but guild work is typically like actual
Contract.
union contract membership.
Yeah, I've just done like jobs around. I've never been official.
Oh, shit. Here, I thought as well as you guys have stuck together after all this time, you'd be making this whole thing official.
I think
Fran's a
Master
little.
might be one of the only ones like official membership.
Huh.
No, Hildegard's a guildie.
Yeah,
You two both technically are. The
yeah, we
others
did
are.
write in together on the same contract, so that makes sense.
Yep.
She technically
Yeah.
signed up on a different charter, but it's still the same organization.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? Well, how do I go about that? We're going to be working together. I should get on that, I suppose.
Oh, so you are working together.
I mean, we killed a fucking monster-eating. Well, we've killed a bunch of monsters together, and
I'd
Why
like
And
to.
the
stop
judges
now?
think we're working together, so
I mean, I'd like to continue working with you all.
Yes.
is I muted?
Nope, I hear you.
You were here.
Judges think. Yeah, I heard the judges think we're working together. So
Having
I-
to mute myself differently than normal, so I'm like unable to tell sometimes.
learning
Yeah.
the new thing. Yeah.
Vask, subtly, not so unsubtly, please don't leave me for the judges.
Oh no.
Vask
God.
is just looking despondently at how he's still glowing.
Oh no. Is it still glowing days later?
Yeah, you are still
Been
glowing.
almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been counting.
Alright.
Oh.
Speaking of doing things together, Vask,
Mm.
would you like to go see the hags at some point?
Yeah, I'd like to see them. I wanna. So, this
I
thing
got
I'm working on,
complaints.
I need Fellspawn parts, and apparently to the south of the mountain and east of Bowbarrow, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, Barbaro.
There's a fell, the meteor, one of the meteors. There's a crater there, and supposedly it is incredibly dangerous. And I want to talk to Ruben to see what's in there because I need to kill some to harvest some bits. Also, I want to go to Ruben and see if I can offload some of these bits from that mutant before they go bad.
Yeah, I got the.
I'm not going to
Actually-
have the time and resources if we're going to start moving around to really work with them, but people at the college would be able to make use of them. Probably
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
pretty
Oh,
penny.
they pay out the ass for monster parts. It's actually one of the biggest reasons guild workers come here.
Oh shit. Well, I've got some
Yeah.
funky things that I could give to the college. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he wouldn't say no to it. And hey, if you guys are going to start doing that, then that means I need to start drafting up some contract papers.
Yeah. Well,
I
That
mean,
also
looking to
means
the
I'm
rest of the
going.
group, it's like, but they did say the dragon literally did say that is a dangerous place, like extremely dangerous.
that
So
from a dragon. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about that place. I just know that there's a whole bunch of danger beyond this point signs out near it.
Can I roll a history on that actually? Since I'm local.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you advantage on it too.
Oh, cool. Which reminds me, we've had a couple days rest. Is that a long rest?
It should be a short rest at this point. It's just been like
Sure,
3
okay.
days.
Those
Couple
are
more days
mostly
to
the
go along.
same for me, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, advantage,
There it is.
I was waiting for a third sixth.
history.
I'm actually gonna burn a couple hit dice too.
Yep, feel free.
I
Four.
hate
Oh my
Okay.
that as
god!
well.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this subject has escaped your notice thus far.
Jesus Christ! Oh my
That is
god!
terrible.
Welcome to my rolls, people.
At least the
Yeah,
that
they're
one on the other
all-
side didn't happen.
I'm gonna roll a hit that. Ooh!
Very
Sorry,
nice.
Raven.
That's
that's
fine.
Another six.
You don't need to apologize for me. This is just reality.
That's max HP. That max already.
Very nice.
Guess I'll roll a
Yeah,
couple
and
more.
short rests recharge
Oh.
my moxie.
Also, people would get at least one bonus hit point because
Okay.
Vask would have been cooking.
Yep, that's
So
So
fine.
you would get one extra hit point per hit dice spent during a short rest.
Hey, there you go.
So it's like 5.
I get an extra 4. I'm
I have
also
the most.
full.
I have the most HP
86 out
to
of
loot.
89.
And somehow I took like the least damage, I think, except for Mara, who took nothing.
Yeah, I didn't
I
take
took
anything.
no damage until the thing teleported right next to me. And
Yeah.
then I was in trouble.
I will
Yeah.
say, just for the sake of clarification, at this point, Vara is not here for this conversation.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
She's at the college because she's
Still trying to write the
Um,
letter to your folks.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
not very
Just
good at
making
this.
sure that was clear.
Okay. So yeah, draft up those contracts. I don't really have a. She's been in better spirits since getting her new arm, but that you can see it visibly start to falter on her face again. Don't really have a direction currently, so guild work could be good.
It's a good thing to fall back on.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, for that Hildegard and Garm.
Yeah.
Garm, it's something to find. And Hildegard, I'm sure your birds will appreciate the variety of flavors we can provide for them.
I mean, I like all of you. I kind of want to stay with you guys.
You like me?
Oh, I was meaning specifically hunting the very dangerous fell spawn to the south. But yes,
Oh,
I like this group too.
Well, yeah, I still want to stay with you guys, even if you're hunting nonsense demons and whatnot.
you like being around me.
Yes.
She looks skeptical.
Press X to
Yeah,
doubt
we will.
face.
We will, and
Yeah.
or at least I will admit personally, there are times where your mouth has made me go, I don't know her in reaction. But yes, you're fun to be around. You're good
For
partner.
the best. That's probably for the best, honestly.
Do I sometimes want to kick you in the shins? Yes, but otherwise, you're
God, I want to see you try.
otherwise, I think you're extremely dependable and, in spite of your attitude, very friendly.
I have never heard something so insulting.
I'm sorry.
I am not friendly. Like I appreciate the dependable thing. I try. Oh, that's I try, but
I thought you were awful friendly when you weren't busy trying to be angry over who knows what.
I have right to be angry. Thank you.
I didn't say you didn't. It's just when you stopped directing it towards us, you were very friendly.
Hmm.
We are bonded through shared ordeals. That is not so easily broken.
We've been through some shit together, yeah.
In
You
this
guys
line of
will
work, we work well together. That is very important.
Very much.
You guys have seen things from me that one other person knew, and now he's gone. So that's counts for something, I think.
Just reach out and just give her like hand or arm or whatever she can reach a pat.
Tense under the pats.
You know,
And
I
after
almost
you
said
pat,
Isaac, wrong character. But Beth kind of looks around the group and it's like, yeah, we all, not counting Vara, she's not here yet, but I would include her on this. But yeah, we all have revealed secrets of ourselves to each other, and we're still sitting around the same table. I wish Vara was here for me to make this point, but you get the point.
She's rather nice, if strange.
that stands out. We should go get her. I'm going to go get her. You guys,
She's nice,
Keep
but she's
eating.
fucked up.
what?
I just like the way that Raven said that. She's nice, but she's a little fucked up.
I
She
can
puts
get
it perfectly, honestly.
I can get there and back faster than, well, honestly, faster than you guys could get there. So
Well, before that happens, I should say, since technically he comes back and he's got a few bits of parchment.
Ah.
Yeah, let me make this official first. All
Alright.
you slides
I'll
forward an
take
inkwell.
one. I'll take one to Vara if you want to when they
It's
go get
just
it.
it's just
Hold-
one
hold
sheet.
on.
You all sign it.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a
okay.
declaration thing.
Oh shit.
And I'll be passing it around and sending out copies to let others know that you're official and guild business. There's not much to it. You don't need membership fees or anything. You just got to
Alright.
prove that you know how to handle yourselves. I mean, there are a lot of people who start signing up, they get this easy money, and then they just fucking die. So, like, there's really no vetting. This job kind of vets itself.
Alright.
So, just
Yeah.
slides an inkwell forward. So, all you sign here, and, well, then I'm going to need something to call you.
Vest
Oh.
goes, you know, I've actually seen it a couple of times in further south when, newbies join up. They think they're hot shit. They spend a lot of money, and then the group they sign up with basically leave them to the wolves. Yeah, no offense, Garb. And then, pick their
my
body
God.
clean afterwards.
Somebody, I remember years ago, there was a newbie who came. They were new. They started bragging in the tavern, calling themselves hot shit. Then they started, causing a ruckus. Had a glass jaw. Fucking left town next day.
You guys are going to shake some things up.
Hilgard does
No
not say
offense
anything.
taken. I'm the last one to judge.
What's that?
What Vask said is like, no offense, Garb was like,
None taken.
We are
I'm the
quite
last one
vicious.
to judge. Mhm.
I know.
Vask is realizing that he started realizing that being around a group, he talks a little too much and he doesn't think about what he's saying because he's so used to being silent or talking telepathically. So now his mouth is just like getting him in trouble, like calling the kitchen adequate.
Meanwhile, Jenna's so sure everyone finds her fucking awful. Her mouth.
Vask is doing that autistic thing. It's like, oh yeah, very quiet, but then you find a liquid in motor mouth.
Yeah.
What are we calling ourselves?
No pressure. It's only just how you guys are going to be identified and known all throughout the land and shit.
That's thanks, Biorossi.
That's the opposite of what you said when you said no pressure.
Really? Wow. Who would have guessed? Just takes
You're
a sip
taking
of soup.
stick the light out of this.
I don't get to do this all that often. You have any idea how many new guild groups start in this ass out around town out in the middle of nowhere?
I thought at the college there might be a couple.
Occasionally, but they're all
Graduate.
students, and I do not get emotionally invested in those. They're young still. They grow up. Some of them want to settle down. Some of them want to keep going. They fight. They're babies.
What was the okay, out of character we had a name.
I think it was the Unbowed.
The Unbowed.
Where is it? Over here.
That was
Yeah,
the
it's
one
in the
that,
Hunters tab.
Yep. That one 100% felt right in that moment for sure. So,
Can we change names later? We decide we don't like it?
I mean, it's possible, but it also could really hurt your rep because, everyone's going to know you by the first name. You come in and it's all like, oh, it's this group. It's like, oh, it's, fuck, I don't know, the Doominators.
Rebranding is always a pain, no matter what universe you're in.
And it's like, we're not
yeah,
the Doominators anymore. And they're like, we're not the Doominators anymore. And everyone's all like, oh, but that was such a good name. And it actually typically leads to a loss in contract. So not recommended, but possible. You're just going to have to earn some rep back.
Well, it's good to know, prepare for the worst, I guess, and all that. Let's see. Well,
What is it, Anna, for us, Ed?
Unbowed? Something?
Yeah.
Classy. All right.
The Unbowed.
I mean, kind of fits you guys, not gonna lie.
It does kind of.
Did you just think that up right now? Because that was pretty good. You should like write and shit if you did that just now.
No, we had a friend use the words to describe us.
She's very good with words.
I know who Banfora is. I could figure that out. I've known her longer than any of you.
I mean, yeah.
I have rep with her, thank you.
Now that I know, yeah, pretty much the second you mentioned her name, I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
I have smoked weed with her before, excuse me.
God, he probably has.
Oh yeah, the Unbound. I don't think Mara will have a problem with that. If she decides to keep going with us.
Well, graduation's coming close, so don't know exactly how much luck you're going to have reaching anybody, but, I mean, worth a shot. If it's a little noble kid, that's going to come with some heat.
I'm kind of used to heat.
It should be fine.
And Vasquez like, you knew me on sight, so I'm a little used to being recognized, so not going to change much.
Up to you, just make sure you get everything cleared. But hey, we'll figure shit out. Alright, the Unbowed. Noted. Well, know what I'm doing for the next couple nights. Send out some copies of the... Hey, you're welcome. I'll send these out with some of the merchants, since a lot of them are heading out too. If you guys want to get out of town quicker, there will be opportunities if you want to take a contract with a merchant. Or you can wait out the winter like an idiot, I guess.
You're stupid.
She'll give him a gold. Just, you know.
Are you bribing me?
No, I'm thanking you. Lord.
That's illegal, you know.
It's your
Bribing
No, I'm
a
not.
guild attendant.
Your cut from the drug trade that she does.
Yes, I'm so breaking the law.
First
Watching
sample's
How's
3.
that new name, by the way?
Heavy.
Yeah, I can imagine. I imagine learning a new name in general is probably pretty difficult.
I'm kind of happy that I don't spend much time around my own kind these days. It's always weird when a Dragonborn gets promoted up to the 3-syllable rank. Getting it prefixed is, it gets you some looks. Suddenly, you're big. I don't technically outrank Rangular, but I can talk to him plainly in conversation now. I can openly disagree with him and not be at risk for getting eaten.
But I imagine that's not something you're ready to do.
Is that like a modern day practice still?
Depends on the dragon. He's nice.
I was going to say, he seemed pretty easygoing.
Well,
Alright, speaking in real life, you've never done a love chomp? Just to annoy the shit out of somebody?
I plead the fifth.
so, yeah. Depends on the dragon. Some are less friendly. We're one of the nicer ones.
Noted.
Head south, well, just be careful going too far close to the hills. Black dragons live out there, and they are a tight-knit group.
Oh, that reminds me. That's where Sam and Nestor went.
Oh, they left already?
Well, I don't know if they. I don't know if they left just yet, but with the judges being here, I wouldn't be surprised if they were gone already.
That makes sense. I did see that group walking by. Heavy stuff.
Yeah. I'd like to say goodbye, but I can understand if they saw that and thought it'd be safer to just go.
Well, never know.
Yeah.
Either way, the Unbowed. Let it be known henceforth, and he just kind of looks around, grabs a little table salt, and just spritzes it into the air. Huzzah! You're official now.
Amazing. Just as an aside, if you know any of these merchants, are there any that you would recommend to give a fair deal, or that would be worth signing on?
Oh, every single one of these guys are Union. They're part of the guild out of Southsend. Any single one of them, it's a pretty one-way trip. You cross any of them, and they break any rules, they will not have a job anymore.
Ooh. Well, it's good to know, actually.
Well, you'll likely be going through Southsend on your way out. Let me think. There is a tiny guild office there, though. If you really want the fun of it, though, head to the River's End in Braveland. It's like a 2 days ride once you clear the pass. Best goddamn tavern on the planet.
I have
Been to
been to a
many.
different.
Actually, yeah.
Been
Would
to.
Vask have been there? Because he's been.
You
through
would
Braveland.
have, yes. You would have.
Okay. Yeah, Vask was like, "Oh yeah, I've been there. Like, good
Figured
place."
you would have. Oh, yeah, kicks
No, I
ass.
And
I
actually,
haven't
if
been-
people in game, he does have a Braveland accent.
Ah.
Baelish, I guess it would be.
Breveland is technically almost more like Danish, Nordic accents.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where Vask says the kitchen is more than adequate. Twirling his mustache.
Oh God.
Most
I can
adequate.
live that down.
Perfectly adequate.
You know,
I'm sorry, but he has a catchphrase now.
I haven't been out of the city besides the Balberos in a long time.
Well, your feet are going to get really sore, so I recommend getting another pair of boots.
Actually, thinking eventually
Huh?
we might look into getting our own cart or wagon,
Not,
maybe even a
not a
varda.
bad idea.
I would definitely look into it. If not here, then at least get a ride with a merchant out and then look for one out in Breveland. You might be able to find one here, but hard to say.
Yeah.
If you head out towards the stables, they do have some there, but I have no idea what kind of shape they're in, and quite a few of them are most likely gifts for the kids when they graduate.
Oh.
Yeah, we're probably best if we sign up with a merchant heading down south, and then find somewhere in a bigger traveled area. Maybe
Well,
because that getting the contract would allow us to save up for a decent one.
yeah, but we're talking about leaving, but we don't even know what we're doing yet, so.
Yeah,
Well, what all adventurers do. Travel around, kick ass, take names. Make the world a little less shitty than it was when you woke up.
That's an optimistic look at that.
What, am I reading you guys wrong or something?
What do you mean?
No.
I look forward to hearing your stories, the Unbowed. They'll
Oh,
reach here eventually. He just starts walking back over to start interacting with folk at
before you
the
go,
counter.
Yeah, one more thing.
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
here, first symbol of our legacy, I suppose. And he'll pull out the curled Behir horn or the egg snatcher horn
Mm-hmm.
if you want to put it on display.
Oh. Oh, this is what you guys went after inside of the mountain, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Taking your siblings.
Yeah. All right. I'll make a note of that.
I do have a favor to ask of you.
Aye.
But it's a little favor.
Mm-hmm.
When we're not here, could you just peek in the cellar to make sure nobody's made a mess of the place?
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
Without
I could probably
knowing-
make use of it myself if I really needed to. It's kind of. I didn't interact with Nern too much. But we were aware we had a good working relationship. Kind of weird to think that he's gone still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Thanks. I'm going
Alrighty.
to go I'm going to go get Vara. She
Yeah.
turns and leaves.
We should go to. Yeah. So before we go to see Vara, should we see if these merchants have anything worth value or purchasing once we come back with her?
The stable is
Well-
right nearby.
You guys can go ahead because as point
I
as she
just meant
pointed out,
just in general, like if they have, there's a potion supplies came in, that kind of thing.
yeah, so she didn't go to leave as a group. She pointed out that she could get that to the college and back probably quicker than it would take for you guys.
Well, Vask, okay.
Vax wanted to trade in stuff. That's right.
I mean,
Yeah, strike that then.
No, if she wants to go ahead, he'll just, get there
No, but you
eventually.
wouldn't have trade stuff in, so we might as well go together.
If you point that out, then yeah, it would make plenty of sense for all y'all
Yeah.
to go as a group.
Yeah.
Dude,
forgot
sounds
that
like
you wanted
most
to do
of you-
that.
Sounds like a good number of y'all have stuff to do over at the college anyway. I mean, if you get
Gonna
left
pick up-
alone in here, you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of strangers you don't know making small talk.
I'm going to pick Vask up and carry it out to the couch.
How
to the
about
college.
that weather?
God.
Fucking bucket.
All right. It's a quick walk to the college. It's not been super snowy or anything since that happened. There was some snowfall yesterday, but not enough to blanket the whole valley again.
That's good.
So, making your way back to the college, let's go to the Hallow Hall map. Boop. On arrival, things look a little busy. The merchants are moving about like ants. There's lots of couriers moving around. There's lots of kids claiming packages. You realize that quite a few of them had things that they were expecting that just got snowed out and did not arrive. So there's some stuff that is weeks overdue, some with some very heavy sentimental value. So there are a lot of happy kids running around right now.
Aw.
And quite a few spoiled rich kids being like, ugh, another axe beak. Ugh, I already have 6 of them. Stuff like that. Why doesn't Mummy understand that I only like this?
Did any of you, when you were young, imagine winding up a place like this?
No.
I did think I might end
Honestly-
up going to the college, but otherwise, no.
Funnily enough, I did initially set off thinking I was going to college, yes.
Weird how things turn out.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long before the lot of you are noticed. You do kind of stand out and are known faces, plus they just saw the lot of you get taken off on Dragonback not too long ago.
Yeah. Hi. Just to a student. Hi.
Hey, you're really big.
Yeah, thanks.
Can I touch your arm?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that was making me no.
It's a good thing you didn't, because
No.
immediately they would have taken it. You know how fucking college students are. Ooh, shiny. Weird thing, the study.
This will look
Well,
great
have
on
you
my
seen-
trust fund.
God.
Have you seen your headmaster or another student named Vara?
Oh, you want to talk to Vara? You just find a couple of different students. She's been holed up in her room the last couple of days. Hadn't really come out. I mean, no idea what she's doing, but no one really knows what she's doing, if I can be totally honest with you. She's, like, spacey.
Yeah,
know.
but she did, help save all of their asses. So
I mean, a lot of us could have done that, but yeah, she did. It's
she like looms over them. What was that?
another student comes over. Just don't listen to them. They don't understand. Come on, let's go talk about the benefits of colonialism.
I'm going to punch you so
See,
hard.
I realize I can't do anything to him, but can Lau shoot a rock right at his ass?
I'd allow that, but fair warning, he is a wizard. He might die.
That's bludgeoning. Can I go some too?
Sure.
Um,
If he faints from having his ass smacked, he doesn't deserve to be in college.
and I'm going to. He needs to make a strength save.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no.
Fuck
That's
this kid.
It's
I'm
only a
just trying to
child.
trip him.
Fuck them kids.
He's
Bully
it's
a
only-
child.
Well,
Just trying to trip him.
no, this guy's strength is so terrible. This is a paisley little noble kid. He's never had to lift a hand in his life. Okay. So as he's walking, just whoa.
Is
Very
that why the rock
dramatically.
misses?
The rock does miss, landing just a few inches and sliding across the slightly frozen ground. Lau just flies over, grabs the rock, and just shoots him a look. Just
Next time.
And Vask tells the guy, "Careful, it's slippery." As we walk past.
Crow just hops by and goes, "I will eat your eyes." And flutters back onto your shoulder.
Hildegard's face is beet red as she just puts a hand over the bird's beak and quickly walks. She's like, nope. Don't cause a scene.
He flaps his wings in protest at that.
Oh my god. You killed me. Where's Vara's room at?
I don't know. She's not in my house. I don't know. It's a bunch. You get very much non-answers from a lot of people. You start to realize Farah may not have as many friends as you thought.
I didn't.
Okay.
I mean-
just it's like go up to a student and like, can you tell us where Professor Dimly is?
I'm right here, actually.
Ah,
I've been watching you all for 10 minutes. That was funny.
Hello,
I very
Professor.
nearly picked
Hi
up
there,
one. I
Professor.
very nearly picked one of your students up off the ground if they gave me any more sass.
Oh, trust me. I don't think anyone would actually try to stop you.
Good to know.
We owe you guys too much for everything that's happened. So,
Well,
what
little
can I
good
help
luck
you
here.
with? You're clearly here for a reason.
yeah.
We're looking for Vara.
And why is that?
We'd like to see if she might want to travel with us.
Interesting.
you mentioned really wanting to go home yet, and figure this might be a good excuse.
Well, I mean, as her professor and mentor, I've seen that girl grow. She's certainly capable. At the same time, her graduation's just a month away.
Well, we're not going to take her away before her graduation. We'll wait till after that at least.
I'll give her time to think about
Yeah.
about this offer.
And we're not exactly leaving yet. There's plenty of things to do around here.
Yes. Also,
Sorry, what
we
were you
have
saying,
some
Jared?
like. You said I. we also have some strange bits and bobs we thought you at the college might be interested in.
Bits and bobs, you say?
Monster bits and bobs, weird things.
Yes, we've
Hmm.
been eviscerating some things that try to eviscerate us, and it's only fair.
Intriguing. Well, I will certainly inform the proper authorities on that. I'll see to it that our collectors come and take the parts if they're too large to be brought along. In the meantime, well, if you wish to go see Vara, I'll warn you. It's like for one moment, have you guys seen that picture of that blind owl whose eyes looked like constellations?
No.
Uh-oh.
He just blinks and suddenly it looks like you were staring into the void, glancing at this tiny, adorable little owl man's face. She's in a bit of a state. Blinks and goes back to his own normal owl-eyed self. I'm sure it's fine. This way. Just starts skittering off.
Oh
Excuse me,
god,
Professor, what do you mean?
oh god, we're going to need to give her a pep talk or something, aren't we? Oh wow.
Oh, those drugs she likes so very much.
Wow.
I think this might be more magical if Dimly's acting like that. Or he could be messing with us. Honestly, it's 50-50.
I love messing with people, he says, head turning completely 180 degrees back as he's
Yeah.
walking. But that's not this.
Just hard blink at the owl man.
Us owls have exceptionally good hearing.
Oh, apologies, we weren't trying to talk behind your back.
And yet you were literally doing just that. Isn't wordplay funny like that?
Fucking, she's
Hoot, 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 hoot.
she's
You
hard.
know
just
what's wrong with her? Oh, sorry.
I'd just say Hildegard's flushing again, just embarrassment.
Are you coming or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm following. I'm following. Yeah.
All right, he starts leading you up a few winding stairs, the interior of Hallow Hall, up in one of the wings to the Griffin dormitory. Lots of blue everywhere, lots of gold leaf Griffin regalia all over the place, lots of paintings of Griffin striking prey from the sky all over the place. Raug and Laug are not comfortable looking up at some of them.
Eating birds.
Some of them, yes.
Hildegard will give them pats to calm them down.
It scares me.
Are they? Is it just me, or are they getting more talkative?
It's just you.
All right, thanks.
Which one did that?
That was Laug.
Squints at him and just give him scratch under the neck. They can talk if they want. I mean, provided they don't get us in trouble.
It's fine.
It's
I'll
like
do
you
that, no
don't even
problem.
know us, Raug says.
Openly staring at these birds now. And actually, Vasquez, I thought they were going to say no promises.
Gotta
Oh, God,
keep things fresh.
Oh, God, we go.
You have very
Yeah.
intelligent ravens.
Oddly chatty today.
You know, like I've heard them talk a couple times. It's actually usually much creepier than this, but this is definitely the most I've heard them talk at once.
Is there
I mean, but like,
anything
hey,
to do? Does this have anything
You
to do
should have
with the
seen them when they
spell?
went through a growth spurt.
Just
I
talk
have
they,
about-
what?
just-
It's like flax, he says, kind of stretching his wings out.
does
I
your
mean,
current-
they're part of the group. They might as well have an opinion.
Does your current chattiness have anything to do with the spell that happened at the mountain? The big bird thing? Just sighs.
Oh. Are we gonna need to give Vara like a pep talk or something?
You'll see. She's in a bit of a state.
You said
Oh,
that
God.
twice now. What does that mean?
None of you have been graduated from college recently, have you?
No.
Unfortunately not.
I can say
You
I
don't know
never
much about our
graduated.
home life, I assume.
I've heard like bits and bobs, but not too much. Why?
Only in
Bits and
passing.
bobs.
What?
Well, she's got a lot on her mind. Here we are. Just immediately knock, 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 knock,
Well,
knock.
no, wait a minute. Is there something going on in their home life?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that myself.
Ah.
Ed just completely cranes around and just slowly nods in a very clear understanding, it's not great kind of way, and then resumes
Okay.
knocking very quickly and very rapidly. Just knock, 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 knock.
Vasquez just
woodpecker.
thinking himself, might be. Yeah, I was just gonna make that joke.
What did you say? What was the joke?
Like, it must be part woodpecker.
I was gonna say I guess he's a woodpecker in another life.
Nat will walk up to the door. Nat, louder knock. Thump, thump, thump. Vara, it's us.
They're here to say hi.
1 second!
Persuade you for something. I'm not sure.
Give me a second! Holy shit!
Can't hear you, Callie.
Give me a second, holy shit, what?
What?
Perhaps we should mention we have drugs.
Oh my god.
Well, why didn't you open with that?
Look, no, I have nothing. If Garm's packing something, that's up to Garm.
Just
not
about
joking.
shooting with dimly
a joke.
looks there's drugs. He just makes a gimme motion.
I would like to go to that.
Yeah. My God,
Vara.
that's the drug owl from that one Vine. Drugs?
Vara.
So you're all knocking, and eventually the door just kind of swings open. And
Dimly is still knocking. He's knocking in the
Yeah.
air for about 4 seconds when he realizes you've opened it. Oh. Hi, they're here.
yeah, her she looks like she's been tearing her hair out.
Oh.
And it looks like a snowstorm in her room with all of the papers that she's been flinging around.
Vara, what the fuck?
Try to write a letter.
Puts a big ol' hand right over your head. So, Vara.
I can't see you. Why'd you put your hand on my head? What?
You look like you're about to explode.
I can't do that yet.
What
You
does this letter? What's going on here?
Come in. She just kind of waves you all into the room.
It is a
Alright.
dorm room. It is not huge. It is actually pretty tight for all of you to be in there at once.
Lovely.
Oh God.
Some of y'all are going to have to, especially Garm wearing heavy armor, you're going to have to kind of sidle up to a corner.
Yeah.
There's not much room for flexibility in here.
I cheat a tiny bit and just like shrink a tiny bit just so I'm not banging my head on the ceiling.
It just occurred to me. Sorry to tangent. Jetta.
Huh?
Out of character. It's like, man, have you ever considered, like, if you really wanted to fuck with a student, every time you meet them, you're just a little bit, like, your height is just a little different.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You've given me a terrible idea. I will remember this.
Devious.
Like, every single time you meet them, you're just a little shorter. You're the same person, just a few more inches off the top.
Oh my God! I will remember this. Easy, thank you.
That's the RP potential of changelings. Anyways, back to the conversation.
Yes.
So she waves you all in and shuts the door. Goes, yeah, okay. I'm writing a letter to my parents to tell them I'm not coming home. It's hard
All right.
to word it in a way that they won't send people after me.
Why would they send people after you?
She she, she looks at you like incredulously. Her eyes are like wild. They're not dull or anything. They're just. It looks like she's strung out on coffee and no sleep.
Oh God.
I imagine there is just straight up a raccoon mask around your eyes.
Yeah. It looks like somebody's punched her in both eyes.
Oh no.
I imagine it would have something to do with the fact that she is a scion of noble blood. Well, lowercase scion.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that would complicate things a whole hell of a lot further.
Well,
Also, see the future, I'm from Beginia, which isn't great for not staying away from the Reich, which I really would like to do.
That would explain why you were so squirrely while the judges were here.
Oh, you noticed that?
Her family has connections to the Begnian Council, advisor positions mostly. Child with actual divining skills is desirable, to say the least. It's actually honestly a miracle that they agreed to send her here where she could be under my tutelage instead of someone provided by the council themselves.
Yeah, that wasn't a great option.
You could say you're going for extracurricular activities for credits.
Fortunately, graduation's already been announced. Letters have already been sent.
Yeah, they know that I'm done.
Internship?
That's what's waiting for me at home.
I assumed you highborn, Hildegard. Surely you must understand the expectations that can come with.
She just clams right up.
oh, what was that?
Your accent's not the easiest one to hide. Highborn Golmaden. Pretty heavy stuff.
What's
Hmm.
that?
Out of character, I was wondering about old Hildegard's character model having a flaming hammer, knowing where she came from.
Looks to Hildegard. What's this, Hildegard?
Not important. We're here for Vera.
Oh dear, did I look too far into the future and assume you all knew that already? I must have. My bad.
We'll talk about this later.
Quit.
No, where did he say the accent's from? I'm making notes.
Comoda.
Comoda. Can you
Don't
spell that for me
know.
in the chat, Raven?
Yep, I'll do it. It is essentially the France equivalent in many ways. It is King Arthur land.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The French.
I cannot do an accent like that.
Thank
Fair.
you.
Trying to word a letter in a way that doesn't make it clear that I just ran away.
I mean, you could just disappear.
Could say you're
Would you
going
like
on a,
bounty hunters after me for the rest of my life?
I mean,
could
no,
say
but
you're.
go ahead.
Yeah. You could say you're going on a important vision quest. That's how divination works, right? I've only.
So dimly, questioningly.
That works a lot less than you'd think. People tend to figure out you're just using it as an excuse to wander around in places you're not supposed to go.
Oh,
God, I love Gimli.
Yeah, he caught
Oh,
me
he's
about
got
that.
it.
He caught me doing that several times. It didn't work.
I wrote the book on that shit.
He actually did. He showed me.
Yes, it's how I got into this professorship position. I'm tenured.
God,
No wonder he's acting so free and casual.
I'm tenured.
I'm untouched
What
within
fuck
these
can-
walls. Within these walls, I'm untouchable.
Like, just about the only thing that I've thought of so far is that, I like joining up with a guild group and going out to get some, like, experience before I come back. But who the hell's
mean,
gonna tire me?
So
mean-
before anyone says anything, I have to ask: did that come to you in a vision? Because Vass pulls out the sheet of paper.
Yeah, that's actually why we were
Yes.
here.
That
No?
We rather like you and think maybe you could travel with us.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's why we're here.
There's like a look at Hildegard when she says we like you. It's like, why?
Because you're.
Everyone's self-esteem in this group.
Fun and sweet.
There's a doubt look at you. Like, that is the look of her face. Just like press X to doubt.
Oh, hey, don't, hey. I had,
like-
I said I did the same thing when she said it to me.
And
Can
if
you-
you continue to doubt that, consider that you are very capable in both combat and other, areas. So you are a valuable member to a team.
I can blow things up.
Pretty good. You can blow things up pretty good. And nothing. I can never expect exactly what you're going to do. And I appreciate that. That's honestly very refreshing with people.
and you are remarkably considering what you know of each of us.
I didn't
Yeah,
didn't hear half of that, DZ. Sorry.
You are remarkably non-judgmental for how much you know of.
Oh, like, what have I gotta? What am I judging? You're just
That is
a dude.
precisely it. You lack many preconceptions.
Look, there's not many people I would meet who would know what they know about me and just be fine with it. A lot of people, Vara, would rather see me on the pike.
I said
The
this
same
when
for I.
I said this when I met you guys. Do you all need like therapy or a hug?
Do not hug me.
You noticed that Dimly was creeping towards you with his talons out for a second. Then
Darn it! Averted again.
And
I can do one of those.
I know. You know what you know, Vara, and you know how those kind of people are treated. That is not something easy to hide. I mean, like, how people treat us.
Same
Finding
reason
people-
you are not
finding
eager
anyone
to
who-
join the Reich.
Yeah, I won't lie. That's that speaks extremely well of to your character.
I mean, I don't want to join the Reich because they're a little scary.
I mean, they're also like fascists, possibly. They're at least
Yeah.
fucking religious elements.
And honestly, if you travel with us, it will not put you in a good light with them, considering. Oh, did I inform everyone about this? That Rosalind
No.
herself.
you've not said anything about that in character yet. No.
Okay, and so Vasquez just kind of realized he hadn't mentioned that yet because he's been mulling it over. He's like, okay, so full disclosure, when they were leaving, Rosalind spoke back. Well, not spoke back. She spoke into my brain, similar to how we do, or I do. And I get the feeling she was she knew we were speaking. I don't know if she actually listened in on our conversation, but she knew we were communicating silently. And
Well.
she told me, oh, what was it? The Reich has long memory.
Just we will not
And
forget what you have done.
Oh, yeah, history will not forget what we have done. And I don't appreciate when people seem to get full of themselves like that, and I told them that our memory is just as long. So yeah, I may have kicked the hornet's nest in there, kind of sidestepping away from Hildegard's kicking range, shin kicking range.
Look. Yeah, no. That's good. You told me that sooner because good job. I wish you'd said something worse, but good job. I was biting my tongue that entire time.
No, that was incredibly stupid.
See, when
No,
people
fuck
talk to
them.
me in my brain, the filter is. Well, I guess I'm realizing I don't really have much of a filter. But what filter is there isn't there when they just skip past the auditory thing and go right to telepathy. So yeah.
Wait. How was my filter better than yours was? That's kind of astounding. But that's something for later.
What's a verbal
If
filter?
If you come with us, Vara, because we're welcoming you. We want you to come with us. But if you do, just be aware that the Reich will not be happy, and we will very likely clash with them again. Because if you guys are with me, I have made it no secret that I intend to find a way to kill judges.
This is a spicy conversation.
Well, don't let it be said you don't aim low. Except maybe
I'll
when you're
find a
fighting.
way. What? I am the tallest one here.
I know, that's why I have to aim low.
Fair point.
Bad joke. I'm sorry, I was trying to lighten the mood.
No, that's probably better. Yes, you are welcome with us.
If you really want me to come with, that does solve my problem.
Yes.
I don't know why you'd want me to come with, but okay.
Have we not made that clear?
You like me, yes, but that doesn't mean you want to spend a lot of time with me.
I mean, you people apparently want to spend time with me, so like.
It's because you have the drugs.
Hildegard thinks I'm friendly, and she just air quotes. So, what the fuck do I know?
Also, think of it this way. Doing a couple of contracts together will give us traveling together for a while will give us a sense of if we do, mesh well or not. And if not, we can always part ways once we get to another city, another
That's
town.
also true.
It's not permanent by any means, but we'd still like you along as long as you're enjoying yourself.
And honestly, it's a convenience thing for all of us. You're very effective in a scrap, and we're giving you an excuse not to go home.
We've been through some shit together already, Vara. Despite myself, I enjoy this group's company.
I'm not buying your drugs.
Great, drink your own.
And I've come with you.
Yeah, she looks over to the teacher. You heard she got free drugs, right?
Oh yes, I've partaken.
Good.
Oh, I suppose I brought this for nothing.
Brought what?
Nothing. It is a joke.
Oh.
Card, you just tell a joke.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming at all.
Card, did you just tell a joke?
Unfortunately,
Oh,
it's not that funny.
Vara is
I mean-
smiling at you like that was really funny.
it's
No,
good.
that was was just a joke.
It was unexpected.
And that can, make the myth harder.
It's like a knife in the dark. You see Dimly's crying.
Oh, you really like that one.
Oh, I don't get surprised much anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
It hits a little different when you see the future.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Lara, you're coming with. Look, fuck it. We're like, oh, yeah, come with us, Lara. No, you're coming with us. But you don't have a choice anymore.
okay.
Yeah, you know how you're worried about your parents. You're getting kidnapped.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you are.
Yeah, you're worried about your parents, like, giving you permission or what the fuck ever. No, you're coming with us now.
All right. Well, I can check off kidnapping off my bucket list.
Congratulations, you're being adopted. Do not resist.
And she takes out her book, and there's actually a list, and it does have kidnapping on it, and she checks it off.
Of course it does.
Oh, another one of your visions came through. A few more and you'll have vision bingo.
Yeah.
Write me
Jenna
when you
rolls her
do.
eyes.
Write me when
Oh
you
my
do.
God.
I mean it. I will send you something.
Jenna rolls her eyes.
Diviner's rite of passage, vision bingo.
And God said, "Let there be bingo."
Okay, so you got a paper
but
for
there
me
we
to
go.
sign or something? You said?
It's at the deal
She's
floor.
looking
Well,
at Mask.
I realized
Or
that
just-
I made a big show of like, well, actually, I had Vesco be saying this. He goes, well, you would have to come back to the guild hall to sign it, but yeah, Vera here came up to us and was signing us up for a group contract for the guild, making it official, since we were saying, just to bring you up to speed, planning to possibly take a contract riding along with one of the merchant caravans when they depart again back south towards Breveland, and see where we can go from there.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, also, Dimly, you might know about this too, but I'm also, this is a personal thing, and might be something that might be beyond our wants to do right now, but apparently there's a Fellstone crater to the south.
Oh, yes, that place. What do you want to know
Working on
about
a
it?
project that requires some bits and bobs, as we put it earlier, from some
Oh.
Fellspawn.
That stone's been here for like... That crater's pretty old. It's been around for thousands of years. It's supposed to be dangerous, but I never heard or seen anything in that area myself.
The dragons were cautioning, or saying that caution would be needed around there.
I would imagine so. Fellstone goes back a long ways. They were around for that. Probably not literally, but their legends go deep. Well,
Considering that their leader is 2,000 years old.
I don't know too much about it myself, but I can contact Ruben or the librarian to send you what you know.
I mean, I appreciate it.
Speaking of Ruben,
Aye. Head turning 180 degrees again.
is he preoccupied with what I suspect?
No, at the moment he's resting, but he should be available if you have to see him. There are a lot of graduation forms and the like having to be filled out and signed, and that's occupying a bit of his time. Fortunately, his friend Miriam has done rather well in taking over the vigil, he says, doing air quotes.
Well,
There's still the matter of the laboratory.
Oh.
Yes, I really want to investigate that before we depart.
Yes.
We might learn more about your uninvited guests downstairs.
Yes.
Our basement dweller.
At the very least, the more Ruben knows, the better. or he might be able to contain it.
I'll talk to him. I don't think anything will come from that today, though.
We have time.
That
We
you
are
do.
technically still recovering.
Yes.
Graduation's in a month. After that point, spring should be right around the corner, so everything should work out just fine.
All right.
Well,
My blood pressure has gone down noticeably in the last 5 minutes, so thanks, guys.
you're welcome.
Is there anything I can help you guys do? That I don't have to freak out over writing a letter? Don't all jump in at once.
I don't know. I have some personal business I'd like to attend to, but that doesn't need anyone else.
You
Well,
did
in that
mention.
case,
Well, you did mention before, perhaps. Next.
What?
You cut off.
you cut out on
You
us
cut
a
off
little
there
bit.
pretty bad there.
Just the second half this time.
Moving our personal effects to the root cellar.
Well, yeah. If you need a place to go to sleep and outside of the college, there's the root cellar.
Okay.
They do drugs there.
They do drugs there.
No. We learned by them, but
I think you're being
They
roped
used to
into
do
a
drugs
collection of
there.
miscreants who are going to be a bad influence on you.
Yeah. But it's alright.
Clarification: there used to be drugs there. There might be drugs again, but currently I don't believe there are.
Did you
There
keep
will
them
be
all?
when you guys go back there, right?
Yeah, right?
I mean, if you're bringing drugs, then there'll be drugs, but I don't intend to have drugs there.
Of course you'd say that, he says, narrowing his eyes.
Vara isn't serious about the drug joke anymore. I'm not sure about
But, yeah.
Dimly. I'm very
Yeah.
unsure about Dimly.
She's looking at him. She rolls her eyes right in full view of him.
So, if that concludes business, I recommend you all get some rest and enjoy what time you have. Get your things together. Get your affairs in order. We'll see what we can do about getting everything taken care of.
I'm gonna drop. If that's all of our joint business,
Also, we need to drop off these bits and bobs.
yeah.
Oh, I should actually probably go downstairs and see what my parents sent me.
We'll take care of that in our own time.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna,
I think you need a nap.
yeah. And she face plants on her bed.
I was half expecting Dimly to just tap her forehead and cast sleep.
Go the fuck to sleep.
I cast sleepy
Alice-
bitch disease.
I already have that.
I would have.
Yeah,
I
she's
was supposed to
college
use
student.
calm emotions, but I was afraid that she would have just fallen asleep immediately if I did.
She
I'll
would have
see
died.
to her. I'll see to her.
Thank you, Gimli.
I've
Good
looked
morning.
after
Nothing
this
happened.
girl. I've looked after this girl for 5 years. I'm gonna miss her.
I'm more a father than her father ever was.
Yeah.
Take care
hey.
of her. Don't lead her. Don't actually make her get addicted to drugs.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I'm not crazy about drugs and substance abuse, to be honest.
There's just a little taloned hand on around your hip line. Just looks up and is like, "I'm trusting you on that." the most serious you've ever seen him look, and then he
Yeah.
just shuffles and opens the door. Say, on your way.
She like just eyes him for a second. He walks out, waits for the door to close.
Mhm.
You really care about her.
Yes.
They are kindred spirits after all. Those can be hard to find.
I suppose they can be.
I had to avoid the first phrase to come to my mind. Birds of a feather.
Because
That would also work.
I will do. I will do what I can. I will do what I can to keep her safe. Dimly.
We all will.
Yes.
Well, I'm not speaking for the rest of you, so.
I actually believe you. I was worried if she took on this path of going off on her own that she'd find people who would take advantage of her talents. But I have a good feeling here.
I don't need.
Yeah, it
to
sounds
know
like the
what she
people who would take
has.
advantage of her talents are her family.
Yeah. I don't need to know what's in the future. I'll die or I won't. And at this point.
There will be a
Oh.
very cold drop of water on the back of your neck as you're exiting the college.
Thanks. You know, thumbs up.
Thumbs
I'm
up in
gonna go-
kind.
I'm gonna go drop these pieces off and then go to the ball barrels. Later, guys.
Get out of here, you crazy kids.
She turns, starts walking away.
And
So-
Dimly will shut the door.
Vask is like just with monster bits, is like bits and bobs.
Yeah, that's where,
This
that's
is
where
what
I'm
I came
going.
here.
On Bob's?
Bob's bits?
I need to unload this dead
That's a-
thing.
Yeah, I've got some weird stuff to turn in. Not a ton, but you know, something.
All right.
I've got the thumb of that weird little robot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the whole silver robot thing.
Yeah.
The college would probably love to get their hands on that. Didn't we fucking C-3PO that bitch?
Hmm.
Taking
Part
the
of him because he was
torso.
heavy. He was pretty heavy at the time, so you really just took a little piece of him.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I'll give him the thumb and tell him where the rest of him is, if they can get him and put him back together, maybe.
All right.
And hopefully our snail friend has not returned.
Yeah. I have. Is that it? Oh no, I had engravings of a lot of the symbols in the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
If that's something they were interested in, like the
I mean,
like the lettering that wasn't visible at first.
mm-hmm.
You know, that might not mean anything to them. They might already know, but it was ancient writing, you know. So she's like, maybe they'll find interest in this.
Yeah, records could be old. Oh, never hurts to update.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's not much in the way of gold to be made from either of those things. They are at the college
Fair.
pretty aware of what is inside of the tomb, and
Oh.
upon telling them that the construct was in disrepair, the archivists actually we'll just say that it's the Minotaur librarian that Hildegard met a few sessions ago.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking wrecked.
If I'd known that you had this, I would have told you to inform the dragons. It's one of their creations. It's meant to guide people through the tomb. If it's fallen into
Oh.
that much disrepair, then it likely needs to be seen to.
I'll let the viewer out there know.
I would, yes. I cannot give much in the way of money for it, but I can send this off to them.
That was remind me of one more thing that I almost forgot. And she pulls out the chitin locust head.
Hmm.
This was down. What was the place called?
The name that was used that you heard
Yeah.
from Rongilar, he referred to it as Anrun.
There was a tunnel down to the Ron Hiller called it Unroom.
The underworld, right?
Yeah. There was a bunch of bones that, gathered up what looked the strangest.
All manner of things can crawl up from there. Feldspawn crawl down, sometimes disrupt ecosystems. Some strange things. A little known about it because of how perilous it is to life on the surface. Can't say I've seen this before.
No,
I
but
cannot offer anything for you now, but I have associates who would be very interested in this knowledge. Could easily send word to you in time.
alright, that's fine. There's going to be another man with glowing tattoos coming in here to offload similar things, so.
Ask who's like
Uh,
standing next to you is like,
oh, look, there he is.
Vasquez, with
I'm glowing.
he's been chatting.
Yes, I assumed we were going to get to all of that.
Yeah, I've got these teeth as well, but I kind of want to keep them as a souvenir. Fucking white that thing fuck out of me.
This is fine. See, you have an etching of it, so I know what it looked like in life. That is fascinating. This certainly could come to a lot of good use. Condition is rather good. What are you wishing to part with?
Last.
Oh, well, let's see. I have written down the here breath gland, the hide. I have vials of blood. I'm not sure how much. I have claws, teeth, and the heart was given to Hildegard.
Hmm.
But yeah, Vask will pull out the breath gland.
Looks it over.
And go.
Almost draconic in nature, but not quite.
My belief is this thing was draconic in origin, but was mutated, an aberration.
Not impossible. It is unusual. Definitely bears merit to it. If you are offering all of it, I can offer.
Well, actually, Vask was going to experiment with the blood himself. He wanted to see if he could make a potion, but he'll offload
right.
some of it, depending on how much he got.
Whatever you actually want to give away, that's fine. If you want to hold on to the blood. Just glands and all of this. I confess I am not entirely in my element to offer everything, but I could give you 400 gold pieces for it all.
That's a bigger payout than any of the contracts I've gotten.
These are unusual, and honestly, they probably will not remain here at the college.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we looks like we got our little head start for our wagon.
Just seed money.
Unless you change something, wagons are fairly cheap.
Start our whole venture operation, whatever it is, as a whole.
Yeah.
The wagon, the critters to carry said wagon.
God,
Feed
Vask,
for them.
I'm like you. I am now not the richest person here.
So 400 for the gland, the hide, the claws and teeth.
Yep.
Okay. I think Vask keeps like a claw and tooth just for sentimental reasons.
Oh yeah, sure. Just
With like Vask, before I offer this up, she pulls out the mirror that was in the not the not the lab itself, but that
the interior area, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have any need for this Vask?
Mirror? What is it?
It's from the hidden basement.
I mean, I can't remember. It's been so long. Is it just a regular mirror?
As far as we know.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Like,
Well,
expect
I
it.
mean, yeah.
If
let's see
if
it's-
Seamus thought it was good enough to have,
Yeah, well, do we have a wizard college librarian in front of us? Do we have any idea what this is? If it's
Looks it
anything, or
over,
just
kind of
nice looking
shifts. So he looks it over, flips it around, just kind of adjusts his blue tinted spectacles. It is just a fancy mirror.
deal. All right. Well, maybe I could get it enchanted or something.
You probably won't get much in the way of money for trading something like that here, but go somewhere with a bit more influence. I'm sure someone would be happy to obtain something like this. It looks old.
yeah, there are a lot of merchants in town right now.
Yeah, well, thank you. Take it back. Well, if that's that, Vask, you enjoy your haul.
Yes,
I'm also like looking at other stuff I have. Let's see, jar of aberration slime, which was I think the cat slime,
Yep.
but vial of watered down dragon's blood slime, briar fruit from one of the hag's creations, another dragon blood ooze sample. Wait, oh no, the vial of watered down dragon's blood was of
Yep.
Agavir.
Agbeer, yeah.
Agbeer. Yeah, and then I have some good berries that are probably not so good anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's a
They-
lot that's going
they-
away.
They crumble to dust the second you pull them out.
Those are bad berries.
And behemoth steaks and vials of behemoth blood.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah.
these are known to me. I should tell you the true purpose of my collection here. It's not so much for the college strictly. There are supplies that they will take, but they can collect those from merchants and other guild folk. You won't get too much for them. He gestures at the Behir parts. See, these are unknown and require study. I will be transporting them come the off-season to my true domicile. The Sapphire Citadel.
What's that?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
Just for everyone? Or...
That's
Sure.
you're.
Oh.
Ah, you got it this time. Wait, let's see if I get it. Let's see if I get it.
Oh.
Ah, hey, yeah.
All right. Anyone else?
I'd say sure.
No, I'm a dumb boy.
16. Okay. All right. So, of the three of you, you've heard the name before, Vask, but it's escaping the exact notice of it. But DC was 15. Hildegard and Jeddah both know. The Sapphire Citadel is a mysterious order of monks that live far to the Southlands. They are known to travel. He's wearing their robes, distinctive blue robes with cobalt fiber woven into them.
Oh.
They roam around the land looking for knowledge, artifacts, distinctive things, and they take it back to the Sapphire Citadel itself, a large tower out on an island in the southern seas where they keep kind of a Library of Alexandria thing going.
Oh, cool. Well, wow, you're from. I thought I recognized your robes.
We are stationed in many places of learning. This is a partnership.
If we're ever by, are we allowed to stop by, or is that something not allowed?
You may put in a request.
Good to know.
Now I'm curious if there is perhaps a cobalt dragon there.
Well, thank you for your time. Let
Thank
me
you
know
for
when
the
you hear
knowledge.
about those, that skull.
So I will see if there is any knowledge at the Citadel, but it will likely be months But if you are here this time next year, I likely will have answers. If
Might be.
not, well, who knows? Our paths may cross.
knows?
I can certainly inform any other colleagues to pass along things. It is our job to know, and it is our job to share.
I was going to ask
Oh.
if we should seek out other members of your order.
If
In
you
our
see one
travels,
of
we
us,
can-
if you
Well,
see
those
one of
nerds
us,
will, like, okay.
My name is Matt, by the way. And a close friend, a friend of mine who you could also pass the information along to if you cannot find myself is a kobold named Ikla.
noted. Well,
Thank you for your time.
of course. You may refer to me as Brother Miklos.
Dr. Mitwolf, it's been a pleasure.
Just nods and goes back through tomes. As you are walking by, you notice he shoots a rather pointed stink eye at Raug and Laug.
As they're leaving, Hildegard will give a little. Just say, "I haven't forgotten. Don't worry."
Forgotten what?
The vandalization.
Forgot about that myself.
She looks down from it and goes, "I was researching the library, and they decided they didn't like a certain passage, and Laug ate it."
She looks to Laug. Why would you keep information from Hildegard, huh?
Oh, so now you can't talk?
Yeah. Oh, so now you can't say anything, huh? Question for your crimes, and you can no longer speak. How convenient.
So yes,
They
I-
are
Can I
Friends.
insight Laug?
Inside the bird.
Yeah.
Garm's only explanation is
It's a bird.
Can I insight Laug, maybe?
I'm not going to say no.
Awesome.
9.
9.
You just stare at him for a moment and then just you dumbass bird, and just keep walking.
Yeah.
This is worth too much energy.
Yeah.
it's just kind of like ignoring the starting contest. She goes, "So, I owe the librarian a rather rare and hard to find book, an undamaged copy at least."
Or you can make Laug vomit it up.
it's been
I don't think it works that
So
way.
Loud looks over at you and like, you know how this works, right? Kind of like,
Anyway,
hey, just because I'm a mystical bird doesn't mean I don't digest things. It's been weeks.
well,
You lost.
Garm, Vask, Hildegard, I've had a lot of social interaction with today, and I have something else I'd like to go do before I just say enough with people for the day. So I'm going to go. I'm gonna go to the ball barrels. You know where I'll be. If you guys want to move your things into the root cellar, go ahead. We'll see you all later.
Well,
Gives a nod.
right.
Okay.
You head off towards the main roads to head towards Balbarrow. Just to let you know how long it'll take. You probably won't be back until the next day.
Yeah, she'll spend the night. It's fine.
That is perfectly fine with me.
And this
Alright.
is where Vivi rolls a road encounter.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see. Before we get to that, if there's anything else anyone wants to do here at the college, or you can go your own ways. If there's anyone or anything you wish to do or talk to, this is a good time to do it.
Really, the only thing Vask has left he wants to do is get into that lab, but we need to wait for Ruben, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bill dimly said he'd send word on that.
Okay.
All right, so if you guys head back to the guild hall, I'm assuming just gathering your things and heading over towards the root cellar.
Yeah.
Checking in
I'm
on
curious.
Anaphora briefly.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
for
curious for myself how what Biter's been doing.
Biter is at the stables. He has just claimed it. He runs the roost. He has been eating everything that the trash that the guild hall has thrown out.
So,
With the influx of all the merchants' animals, I'm sure he established the pecking order real quick.
Oh yeah.
so why do you keep finding headless chickens everywhere? It's fucking weird.
All right. So as you do that, we will briefly go back to Vara's room as your power nap concludes.
Pass out. Yeah.
You are woken by a tiny little bite on your finger.
Soccer, what?
He is war dancing fervently all across your bed.
Is there a point to your little show, Soccer?
Is there ever?
No.
You feeling better? Got some rest? Dimly says. You see he's sitting over at your desk, just kind of pouring through. You notice that he is reading through all of the thrown away and discarded letters.
Some of them are just printed out screaming. just across the page.
I didn't know any better. I'd say these were the work of a psychopath.
Possibly. I feel a little better now, though.
Good. Oh, though somewhat bittersweet of me to say. He reaches into his robe and pulls something out. This arrived today. Wanted to make sure you got it personally.
No?
You see a letter with your family crest on it.
Yeah, she'll pluck it out of his talon, like, gingerly and open it.
It is a formal, very well-scribed letter, likely dictated to someone they were paying to write it down, but it contains heartfelt congratulations about your graduation, how well you've done, that they are proud of you, and that they can't wait to be there when you graduate, and that they are on the way with a carriage as this letter arrives.
Oh,
They will likely be there in time.
Shit balls. She says that out loud.
I wondered why you were going to say that and what the context was. Daly says, his eyes briefly galactic again. It's like, now I know.
Oh.
That bad, huh?
They're coming to graduation.
Hmm. How do you feel about that?
There's a lot of complication emotions there, a little bit. Glad in some ways that, you know, they're acknowledging that I did something right. Not gonna make it easy for me to leave, though.
No, it actually complicates that matter quite a bit.
At least I don't have to write a letter anymore.
Perhaps not. I've taught you enough by now, girl. What's the one thing you know about the future?
It keeps moving.
The moment you think it's set in stone, it washes away. I have a very interesting idea that I'd like to discuss with you at length.
Okay.
And with that, we'll cut away.
Oh.
All right. Hit me, Dimly.
I will DM that to you as the next scene carries on.
All right.
So, Is there anything you actually wanted to do or say at Balbaro, Jeddah? Because you would arrive in the dead of night and unexpected at that, so people would recognize you as you came in. You're the only furbolg, quote unquote, most people
Yeah.
know.
She wanted to go see Augment, see how everything was, since everything went down.
Walking into town, people are overall looks fine. There's no signs of damage. Some of the trees around the forest edge have been cut down, the ones that had the little witch lights on them.
I,
And you're
I,
noticing a few more fortifications around the edges than before. Some people doing woodworking and applying and building things that have left mostly but not quite finished.
all right. Oh, yeah, just head straight for Augment.
Yep.
He was talking to him. Knock, knock.
Just opens the door. Nat, this is a surprise. You all right? Are you alone?
I'm alone. Yeah.
Oh, you caught me by surprise. Wasn't expecting you. Usually don't come this late. You come in, and there's a little stew left if you want it.
I am kind of hungry, I will admit, but don't put yourself out.
You know better.
I do.
All right, so entering in, his children are asleep. His wife in there with them for the moment. You do get a brief wave as she's just kind of strangely fixated on staying in the same room with them at that moment.
Oh.
The incident a few weeks back is her watching them like a hawk.
I can understand why. It's part of the reason I came.
We are well. There have been no signs. Nothing unusual.
Yeah, the hag is dead.
I would assume so.
We killed her. A lot has happened since that night, actually.
I'm aware of the red moons coming early. That was a bad omen.
It was more than that. Caused a lot of damage back in town. A lot of spilled innocent blood.
I see. Fortunately,
Including myself.
that escaped us here.
That's good. I'm glad. I was a little worried. I didn't think it would come down this far, but something happened. You know about Nern. I told you already.
You've been doing all right with that. You had, I hope you've not been rotting in there alone.
Mostly in there alone, but the people you saw me with last time, well, they've been around. We've been doing things together. It's been, I hesitate to say nice because the world tends to take nice things away from me, but it's been pleasant, at the least.
Puts a grisly, calloused hand on your shoulder. That does my heart good to hear, then.
Which shoulder does he put a hand on?
It would be your left shoulder.
Okay. I mean, I anticipated coming here with a different thing to show you, but the circumstances as they were, that has changed already.
See.
There was a werebeast. They were good people, honestly, but the Red Moon affected them poorly. The thing that made it come early is it was not an accident. They were
Dog-eyed
lost as
hunters.
well.
The dog-eyed hunters in the woods.
Yes. They were all lost, unfortunately. But one of them, the leader, was under the control of the moon and the thing that did it, and I did not come out unscathed. And she, shifts back the cloak and pulls off a glove.
Oh, what is this?
This was missing a few days ago from the shoulder.
He is just wide-eyed, slack-jawed wonder. He has never seen anything like this.
Yeah. A few
Herb?
days ago, I was expecting to come here to show you my stump. Well, not even the stump. There wasn't even that.
College do this to you.
No, they were unable. The dragons did.
My. You are
Yes.
more blessed than I knew. You are more blessed than I knew for one who claims that life takes things away from you so much.
Squints. I. This is a. This is a blessing. Yes, it is. This is. I'm not even beating around anything. This is incredible. What it was given to me, more than you know. I'm not going to burden you with all of the details, but she shifts her hand and makes the blade come out. This is unlike anything I've ever been given. Retracts the blade.
He's a wonder.
Tell me about it.
I would not be too quick to flash that about.
I don't intend to. You saw I had it hidden, but
I would keep it that way. Some folk would think they could take that off your body and sell it.
I imagine they would try. But you know they will not get away. This is a part of me now. I'm adjusting it. It is easy but strange. It works and feels for the most part like what I lost. But between you and me, it itches sometimes.
Truly.
Yeah, no, like it has feeling. It's colder than it should be if it were a flesh and blood arm, but it does occasionally itch. I just came here. I mean, I came here to just. I might have. I'm not good at this, you know that.
Aye.
You were a friend, Ahmed. And I can count how many of those I have in the single digits. And that small number has gone down as of late. But it has also strangely gone up as well. Life has been extremely weird recently.
Looks at your magical living metal arm. Just nods.
This is
I'm going to miss you too.
Yeah. I am going to miss you greatly. I know our friendship was never, deep and spending long hours talking about ourselves, but it was important. It is important to me.
Not every friendship is deep. Some of them are just strong.
Yes.
They are never wrong in that. You've never been anything but kind and courteous and kicked my ass only when I deserved it.
I mean, you gave as good as you got.
Proud of that. You know you're welcome here anytime.
I appreciate that. I would
like to visit when I can.
Of course. We're not going anywhere. Balbear is our home. We built it. We have no intention of doing anything differently.
You better keep this place safe, and you better keep your family safe.
I intend to.
If anything ever comes up and you do need help, and I'm not here, you can go to the college. The
Very well.
headmaster's name is Ruben. You can tell him you are a friend of mine.
Got more connections than I thought. All right.
Recent. I mean, as I mentioned, something twisted the red moon be sooner than it was. That's a lot more than I ever expected to run into. So
Aye.
I suppose I've been making a name for myself recently.
And you intend to take this name on the road with the companions you came with?
I do. I've not left this valley in a long, long time.
Neither have I.
And I didn't expect to until recently either. But I need to find my life, Autumn. Nearly ended, and I didn't like it. Puts her new hand out for him to shake. I don't bite any more than I used to.
Oof, it is cold. He reaches out as he grabs it.
Yeah.
It's like I just touched a frozen. Yeah, that is definitely going to take some getting used to. But I am glad to hear you are moving on. Nern's death. Worried for you, I admit. I missed you, but I think there are a lot more people out there in the wider world that could use a good, that could use your right hook to the face.
uh, you're right about that, I think. And not leaving yet. That's at least going to be a month more here. We have a companion from the college who is joining us. Strange little wizard.
Yeah, all the students I've seen passing through here, most of them seem to be from a completely different world, yes?
More so than you think. More so than other students.
Aye.
But I enjoy her company as well. Strange, I'm not used to enjoying so many people at once. But I will see you again before we leave, unless circumstances allowing.
You will likely pass through here if the main road comes by.
This
I'll
is
be
the
happy.
intent.
I will be happy to see you off.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
But I do have a favor to ask of you.
Oh.
Tonight, spend the night. It is extremely late.
I mean, I had already prepared for that. I'll get the extra bedrolls out.
Thank you, Agwand.
And of course, maybe we can have one of those staying up late into the wee hours talking about our feelings things you were just talking about.
Makes a sour face.
I'd rather not, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. That sounded gross.
Oh,
And he goes,
get me, Agwand.
prepares a bedroll, and you get a Nice, cozy rest. Funny enough, in the same place we found you the first time in the first session.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Well, yeah. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
I
So,
get that reference. Full circle would be if we signed up to leave with Zeb.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can look for him if you want to. Okay, so. Actually, no, not that one. There we go.
No, I smudged my glasses.
Back in Owl Hall itself, say that the lot of you got your things moved over. Biter remains at the stables. He was unwilling to leave.
I just got
Oh.
in control of it. Why would I leave?
This is
You-
my
you guys
kingdom
will see
now.
that a few of that there are rooms that have little like there's rooms that have your names engraved on the doors.
Aw.
That was quick. I definitely don't like anybody here. By the way, I graffitied this place for you. Don't think I
No.
like you though.
Oh no,
She's
you're
made it clear that she's liking you despite herself.
It's very tsundere of you.
all soon.
So, as you all get settled in, the rooms are, as I've said, the walls of the root cellar are largely dirt and some cobblestones.
You picked the nicest ones you could find.
Oh.
So, as you all settle in for the night, Hildegard,
Yes,
sleep finds you pretty quickly. The birds are calm. But somewhat similar to your time sharing the mindscape of the dragon, you find yourself strangely awake and aware. The space you're in is a gray-scaled hinterland of seemingly devoid of all color, just a dark forest, hazy, fuzzy around the edges of your peripheral vision. You feel compelled to walk forward. Despite the chaotic nature of the landscape, as though you know it by heart. You hear faint cawing sounds all around. The source is unseen, but familiar. And eventually you feel your feet grow heavy and come to a stop. And looking up, you see something that jars a memory. A rather fateful one. You see yourself, younger, crouched down on the ground, prostrated, bleeding, weeping black tears, unsure of what's happened, calling out for help. As you witness this, you see a little raven flit down from a tree and land near you. Look at you for a moment, caw and take off into the air, That's when your peripheral begins to notice that there are others up there. First just a few, but more begin to gather, attracted by the sounds of your cries, looking down on you with all the grace and civility of carrion birds. You watch yourself move forward and arrive in a clearing. And that's when you see it. A massive standing stone. Probably a good 30, 40 feet up in the air. Covered in runes and etchings of all kinds, just of dark, gray granite. You see rune markings warding around it. Smaller stones erected in a circle. And you see, adorned on the center, in a quite striking relief carved into the stone, you see a gaunt figure, tall but hunched, skeletal in nature almost, in a fetal sort of position, side profile. You see broken wings, grasping talons, and what appears to be a large bird-like skull for a head. But inside of that beak, as though near the back of it, is a perfect set of sharp human teeth. So a mouth inside of another mouth.
Mm.
The expression is garish, like something out of a nightmare. But you begin to slowly realize you might be in. You see your past self crawling towards it. Guided by some unknown force, the ravens beginning to build up to a greater and greater clamor. As you get close, you watch your past self reach out for the stone. And things grow fuzzy and unfocused. And you feel a taloned hand rest on your shoulder. A large taloned hand whose clawed fingers stretch all the way down to the hip. You feel the claws not sinking completely, but apply just the littlest bit of pressure and rake upwards a little.
She winces at that. Is she frozen in place or can she move?
You find yourself able to move.
She just begins to like slowly try and turn her head. See if the figure behind her will allow her so.
As you do, your vision grows dark. You are no longer within that forested space, but instead just dark, inky place. No light whatsoever, but just the faintest bit of a glow. Find it strangely hard to breathe. You just hear one long, rasping exhale from behind you once again. Do you turn?
She is shaking just a little bit, takes a couple deep breaths, tries to steel herself, and then continues to turn.
All right. You turn. And I don't have an image I found that perfectly encapsulates this thing. I will DM you the 2 pictures I found that this approximates pretty well. And then I will describe after you properly react.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you want to hear your warlock say.
Oh,
This is always great.
Can I go home now?
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm loving it. But like, damn, the mood.
All right.
Oh, that's lovely. Absolutely fucking lovely. Uh, I love it, but like, she goes stiff and still, just beholding this thing.
This figure is hunched over, but clearly, if standing, you realize probably could be 40 feet tall. It's hunched over like a Dark Souls boss you're about to start fighting. Like it screams of that vibe. It matches very closely, from what little you can see in the low lighting, to the figure in the stone. A strange sort of broken, almost angelic looking creature. Winged but shredded, torn, ripped apart. Its head, like the massive skull of a bird, forever parted open as though it choked attempting to swallow a human head, with bared human teeth within it. No eyes, no light. And it just sits there, still and silent.
She takes like several moments just taking this thing in, just forcing herself not to panic or, squeak.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it has the horror of this thing slowly, kind of manages to bleed away. She notices something that she can actually empathize with and sympathize with. Its wings are broken. And as someone she considers broken herself, she can see that, and she can sympathize, with the creature. And her eyes slowly morph from absolute horror to just a little softer. And she's is its hand still on her shoulder /
No,
body?
it is
Yeah.
just about 20 feet away from you. It appears to be just kind of sitting in like ankle-deep black water, as far as the eye can see.
Okay. She's going to slowly move closer and take one step after the other to see if it's like okay with that. And if it doesn't react, she will continue moving a little closer to it.
There's no immediate response as you approach. Just the stillness of death from this creature, whatever it is.
She moves up to the shore, or the border of the water and whatever land this is.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's looking down into this fluid, and she's like, I don't know if I want to get in that. But then she's going to take in a deeper breath and just call, hello? Are you the one who sometimes speaks through Raug and Laug?
Yes. You turn and suddenly realize Raug and Laug are behind you. They both have forms similar to the rock-like state that he entered.
Oh, fun.
Their eyes are glowing in green witch light.
She's gonna turn around, and she looks a little shocked, but she's determined not to be afraid of them. Just offers them a little smile, like, oh, hi. Is this what you both really look like?
My eyes have served you well, my sweet. I will be taking them for a moment.
Okay, as long as they return.
They both disappear into motes of green light and float forward little will-o-wisps towards the prone creature. And you just faintly see two little pinpricks in the eye sockets of the bird skull, almost impossibly small. If it weren't for the absolute darkness of this space, you wouldn't be able to see them at all.
She can't resist the urge to like raise a hand up and lightly feel around her own eyes, just like because it's just again it's a connection there that she's feeling.
Our power grows, my sweet. I've you to thank for that.
You have been rather kind to me. I would like to return that in ways that I can.
The figure stirs. You just hear cracking sounds as though stone breaking, crumbling. But it doesn't move far, and that's when you realize this creature is shackled, chained to something below the surface of the sea. You look closer and realize the shackles are around all the limbs and even the neck.
Is there some way I can help you?
It slumps, exhaling, just becoming corpse-like again for a moment. My strength is still inadequate. Were I my former self, we could have had this conversation a long time ago. A ragged breath goes in, echoing and rippling out across the sea. You have done well. More than you know.
Thank you. Do you have a name or something I can call you?
I have had many names, my sweet.
Do you have one you...
One spoken in fear, terror. One spoken in love, adoration. I have forgotten which one was my first.
Do you have one that you care for?
The children of the woods call me the Crow Mother.
She's going to nod her head at that and goes, and I am thankful to have met you, Crow Mother.
I would like to speak more at length. These shackles are draining. If I keep this up too long, I will drown. I have waited thousands of years for this chance. I will not squander it. Return to where this began. We may speak freely. But until then, my sweet. Raug and Laug emerge out from the eye sockets and appear on your shoulders again. Their eyes are glowing. What power I have is yours.
Thank you. I hope I can return the favor.
You already have more than any have in a long time.
I wish to continue to do so.
Return to the stone, and we will speak again. Till then, I will reward your success. You will find my eyes far more
is very generous of you.
It slumps down, almost sinking into this strange sea. Oh my God. And you snap awake in a cold sweat in your bed.
Yeah, she is shaky, trembling, but it's almost equal part. It's the fear slowly bleeds to excitement, and holy shit, that just happened.
You can see Raug and Laug are perched on two different ends of the bedside, just looking at you very intently. And for a moment, you see one's respective right eye and one's respective left eye are glowing green, and then it fades. They just both hop on the bed and start hopping towards you.
Aw.
She gives them both little pets, little scritches, and then she remembers something, and she's gonna reach into her pack and pull out the, I'm guessing jarred
Mhm.
Bahir heart, and she's going to, like, I'm not quite sure why you mentioned this, but she's going to offer it to him.
They, using their cunning and manipulative abilities, open the jar.
She's gonna open the jar for him, but okay.
And begin consuming the flesh of the heart together. As they do, you don't notice any physical changes, but something about their demeanor is different. I will DM you what happened to them at the end of the session.
Heidi?
But with that blessing of a sort in that encounter, it's up to you whether or not sleep finds you again.
Probably takes an hour or two, and she's just going to be there, like, I don't know, just petting them, honestly. Just lavishing some attention on them unless they fall asleep. But,
Okay.
you know, it probably takes an hour of just pet therapy before she falls asleep.
They're there for the whole time.
No.
And so morning finds you all. There are food stores in the root cellar, so Vask, you'd have a pretty easy time starting breakfast up.
Good. With a name like the Root Cellar, I was hoping there was at least some kind of food.
It originally was meant to be literally just that, a root cellar.
Yeah,
So
if I remember correctly, the entrance is even in, like, remains of the building, right?
Yep, it is technically the basement of an old building. So it is a literal root cellar that has been repurposed into a little bit more. So, three of you here, Garm, Hildegard, and Vask, the morning is yours.
Morning.
I mean, Vaz doesn't really have anything planned. I guess he might be working on a few more potions since we went through so many of those so fast. Just, to use up time.
If you wish. Just if there's anything you guys wanted to RP or anything before the day moves forward, this is an opportunity to do so.
Oh,
Can't think
Hildegard-
of anything aside from just well, how rested does Hildegard look?
Like, got 5 hours of sleep, so not, like, fucked, but still kind of like, I could nap. Like, it is noticeable, but it's not like this bitch stayed up all night and ruined their sleep schedule.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch sleepy. Eat.
I trust the birds and keep you up.
Morning, Garm. It's had, I guess, restless dreams?
He looks to the birds perched on your shoulders.
Rogue. Log.
They both bow their heads at you. In perfect unison, I might add.
She just kind of notices and goes, "Oh, I guess you managed to impress them." Huh.
As Bass comes out with like breakfast, he goes, I mean, it makes sense. You've impressed Biter, so.
Somehow.
He's a sweetheart, really.
Sweetheart that eats hearts.
She gives them both a look and goes, "I don't think you can speak on that subject either, because you are both sweethearts."
They just both shrug and go back to their being birds.
Yes, and I'm sure they've eaten a heart or two in their time.
Undoubtedly so. So, Vass, what's for breakfast?
Basically pancakes and bacon. I don't know.
That's perfect.
Griddle
That's
cakes
perfectly
are
good.
griddle cakes are very simple to make.
Yeah. Yeah, just,
And of course, Vask does set out a strip of bacon for each of the birds.
I managed that vanishes real fast.
Oh, it does. They're fighting each other over it a little bit. It's like the
I
opposite
gave-
of that scene in Lady and the Tramp.
I did one for each of them so that wouldn't happen, but it's just like seeing like this, like I should have expected.
One quickly finishes before the other wants to get second.
So we used to have dogs where that was a problem because one dog would scarf while the other dog would take his time because he was older, and the other dog was a rescue from a puppy mill, so he was like food sensitive, and so we couldn't have them eat together. They had to eat separately because he would scarf his and then go to the other dog, and the older dog was just like, "Hey, fuck off, youngster."
Yeah, I've dealt with that.
Yeah, she's gonna happily eat her pancakes and make sure that the birds have a little bit of pancake too.
As Gar munches on bacon, is like, it's like, yeah,
It was Biter's choice to miss out on this.
Could always take him a plate.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I could trust myself to make it there.
I have 2 bogeys. I don't think I'd make it there with a plate either.
Nope.
Yes, they do seem a little more chatty.
I'm not sure what brought that on, but I'm enjoying their company.
What's the word? Articulate.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask about their growth spurt.
The giant bird thing?
Yeah, normally when we've seen them, get burned up, they just turn to ash for a few hours. But that was certainly impressive.
It surprised me as well. It drew on my magical stores to do that. I think if I have enough, when one of them dies, they will attain that form for a minute, or an hour really, and make sure whatever killed them probably can't anymore. I think. I'm making a lot of assumptions in how that works.
I have yet to see Biter bite it, but I'm sure he would bear a grudge too.
Yes. He has quite the impressive form as well. I mean, when he was... just makes like a motion of like big and flamey. She's not exactly sure how to describe. Holy crusade biter.
Closer to his true self.
That is slightly terrifying.
Well, it's apparent to anyone who looks at him for more than 2 minutes. That's no ordinary horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
It's not a very well kept one.
It can't be well kept, so might as well not try.
Yeah.
It's one of those uncanny things. It's a horse at a distance.
Until it turns and you just see a possum tail sticking out of its mouth.
And awfully forward-facing eyes.
It's slurped up like a strand of spaghetti.
The fuck is wrong with that
The
horse?
is fucked up.
Something very wrong with that horse.
We don't know what. We don't want to know yet.
Should I want to pry further? On that note of prying further, Vask, you hear something in your head, a message from Reuben. If you wish to go into the lab, I'll be waiting.
Is that the entire message?
That's the entire message.
Vask will reply. Alright, I'll gather the others. We'll be there soon. Well,
All right.
once Nat returns from Bow Barrow.
Yep, that takes a few hours. I assume you left with the sunrise, but
Yeah.
you'd be back by about mid or late morning.
Okay.
So when you arrive, you are informed of this. So
Oh,
I
shit.
just
Send one
got
of us
here.
to get Vara.
I just got here, but alright.
It's just like, oh, Nat, Ruben's waiting for us at the lab.
She's like, I hasn't even taken off her travel clothes yet. Starting to take off clothes, says that, puts them right back on.
Okay.
So we would have
Alright, let's
gotten
go then.
Vara in the.
I just got
In the
done with a
morning.
huge walk. I don't want to walk no more.
Yeah, you probably could have just messaged Vara and she would pop down.
Alright.
She has no idea what the hell you're talking about, but she'll come and look.
And she was not involved in that incident. But
Yeah.
So
you want to invite her
okay,
along
so
with your
I
business.
will use ascending then, sorcery points of course, but
No need to bother
I
with
do
wording.
ascending.
We know what is said, and
well,
you
it was just
respond.
kind of funny. I just want to be like, hey, Vara, if you're free today, we're gonna go check out the lab that the god thing was working in. You down for that? Ruben's waiting for us.
Are there drugs there?
Your drugs there.
Yeah, it's true. We
Not
don't
using
know.
more sorcery points or a spell slot to respond to that.
Well, it was an alchemy lab, so
Could be a meth
Tactic.
lab.
There is somehow
meth is alchemy.
when she says, "Yeah, I'll come," are there drugs there? And there is somehow a winking smiley face in your head.
The most notorious, as it is well known, the most notorious alchemist of all time was Sir Walter Whitefield.
God, get out!
God damn it. I would like to complain formally.
Wait, that's Walder. Walder Whitefield.
No,
Yeah, Walter
God
Whitefield.
damn it.
No.
I showed up naked. It's like that time Walter showed up in just his underwear in the desert.
Look, maybe he repented and went right. We don't know. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to break bad.
You're gonna have to ask him.
God, don't.
You know, I was quite the kingpin in my time.
Are you the Sir Walter Whitefield?
God.
Haven't heard that name in
We go
years.
to the basement.
Yes. All right. So, yes, you meet Vara there. You actually are escorted there, funny enough, by Miriam,
Oh.
the strange, witchy friend that Reuben spends time with, but they don't speak all together out loud all that much.
They just look
Vara
at
would
each
be
other
escorted
awkwardly.
there by her. Yep.
As far as we know, it could be like us just having entire conversations ahead.
They
It's
probably
true.
are.
Yeah.
Just
There-
like
Oh,
us.
Miriam, hello.
There's also a 50-50 chance that they are just staring at each other awkwardly.
True,
Yeah.
they are nerds.
Considering their past feelings for each other, too.
Yeah.
What do you say after, what, 80 years?
So, as you arrive, you find that hidden shaft way has been remolded somewhat. There's now something of a crude dumbwaiter installed.
So, no, Raven, put that back.
Real questions.
Put that thought
Yeah,
back in your
yeah,
head.
Raven.
Shove it away
These are the
and never bring it up again. We are not sexting and speak.
In chat. And mental chat. That is weird. Alright, so arriving down without any impure thoughts, you do find Reuben in there. He is waiting over by the locked doorway that you found hidden behind a pipe. Thank
So-
you all for coming.
Hello, Ruben.
I've been dreading looking around in here again. Not sure what we'll find.
At least this time
Probably
you're not
nothing
alone.
good.
Everyone in the link can just hear Vasco, hopefully that fucking key. Just thinking to himself that it leaked out over the link.
Where is that fucking key?
It must be precious.
Oh, hey. Side note, but, did Sam and Esther leave yet?
No, but they are preparing to.
Okay.
They're giving it a few days to ensure that there's no odds of any Reichman staying behind in Southsend.
That's a good idea. Well, shall we?
We'll look over to just as we're just kind of waiting. Vara, you looking forward to graduation?
Hmm. there is she actually just kind of bites her lip and makes that noise like
You okay? Did you get taffy stuck in your mouth?
no, it's fine.
What's going on?
It's fine. Everything's great.
See, Garm would
Well, you
not
got to
mention
tell,
the
you have to tell your
incident,
kidnappers.
but sometimes
Did they give you
that
another
does
warning?
happen to him with peanut butter.
Well, those are the rules, Vara.
No, it's fine. My parents aren't coming to watch me graduate or anything, and I might
Oh.
not have to just run away. Ha ha ha! It's great.
Do you even
fuck.
need
Sounds
another
like your
book?
parents are coming and you're dreading it.
A little.
Sorry, Raven, we'll get to this in a second, but we'll look back to Vara. Should we skip town sooner?
No, it's fine. Dimly's got a plan. We're good.
Dimly's got a plan. The entire party.
Everyone
Yeah.
looks at each other, just like,
And that is when we fake her death.
It's not explosions. Don't worry about it.
Any of you know the spell false life? Or gentle repose?
Simulacrum.
Anyway, Vask, what key?
God.
Key?
That-
We're just
I'm sorry, that
ignoring my
would be
problems.
hilarious. She just walks onto stage, accepts her diploma, and just explodes. Oh
like-
dear, she burst with excitement.
No, just walks up, takes the diploma. It's like, here's a demonstration of what I learned. Teleports to another country.
Just pulls a Bilbo at his 111th birthday.
Exactly.
I guess even when Scatha's not playing a Hobbit, they're playing a Hobbit.
Yeah, I mean,
There's Hobbit in everything she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hobbit is a state of mind.
that's a
That it is.
That
compliment.
is
Anyways.
Hallie. Yeah.
Anyways, looking at this old door, Reuben reaches in, looks back at Miriam, and pulls out half of a crescent-shaped stone. I kept mine. She nods, pulls one out of her own bag, as have I.
Hey, are you two getting along okay?
Conversations have been had. Not all easy ones.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Vara in the mental link kind of leaks over and goes, at least they kept their friendship bracelets. It's something, right?
I was just thinking that too.
There's just a puff of cheeks as Hildegard's trying not to like giggle snort.
Garm is going to be a downer. It's like,
It seems they bear the weight of this sin equally.
The broody one.
You know, sometimes you're a real fucking down. She didn't actually say that. She didn't actually say that.
Yeah, we'd have to turn and look at Jenna and go, yeah, you can't talk on this.
Yeah.
Bitch, you what? Excuse me? It's a nice glass house you live in there.
and I also found this nice rock.
Anyway, sorry, Mimi.
Yep, it's fine. So the two of them both pace forward towards the door, and there's just this perfect little crescent moon pointing upwards in the shape of a smile, funny enough.
Oh, fuck.
The two of them insert the two halves of the stone, and a lot of dust, but it grinds and begins to spin. And it opens.
My super dark vision, do I see anything in there? Like, just from out here, do I see anything?
This exact moment, it's just a dim hallway, but you can see there is a room up ahead.
Mm.
It wasn't
I'll go first.
it wasn't anything super grandiose. Just his private lab where he did his own private work. Brilliant mind.
What?
Didn't want every professor seeing it.
And now he's in the basement of the headmaster. Only that.
Yes. You don't need to worry. Dimly's watching him at the moment.
Well,
I almost feel sorry for Seamus.
I kind of want to just be on a fly on that wall. He's just staring silently.
It would very much be like dealing with Hootie in the Owl House for an extended period of time.
Oh,
My
no.
first word was hoot. My
Wanna
second
know where
word
you'll
was
escape?
hoot
Too
hoot.
bad I won't know you.
So, do owlet just begin as normal owls? Is that it?
Kinda, yeah.
Just
Oh my
imagine
God.
he forms
When you're
a
first
head.
born, you're just a dumb little owl.
Yeah, actually, they're born in trees.
oh my god.
He forms a head just so he can try and cut his throat, and just like, shit.
And that's when I learned I will bear the burden of my sins forever. All right, so
Seamus is like,
Immortality has its price.
he just starts doing like Squidward in that one episode, just future.
okay, I will interrupt no more.
It's fine. It was just too funny to miss.
That god is
The
good.
meatball will take the front of the pack.
So entering in, there's not much left of this place. It's a small, singular room with metal and stone walls. Long, decayed. You realize the walls look a little dark. One of you rests your hand up against it and realize that there is a layer of silt covering everything.
Ooh.
Looking around, you notice some interesting patterns from that, and you realize this place exploded the last time someone was in here.
Oh.
The epicenter of the room, you see... You've ever seen, somewhat somber, but the shadows of the people who are too close to the Hiroshima bomb?
Yeah. That seems.
It's a bit like a negative of that, and the shadows in the center of the room are split into like 9 different directions,
Oh.
all of them the same pose. Oh. So it's a tomb still after all, Reuben says, just looking around. He was worried he might have been working out of here.
Oh god.
Just
So,
the
yeah.
one room.
Someone.
Just guys, is it just the one room?
Yep.
What is with these markings? The shadows.
Likely the last physical remains of whatever my friend now is. Just kind of paces forward on his staff. No humor in his face whatsoever.
Could I do an Arcana check to see if I get any insight into what happened here?
Sure.
Kind of casing the scene.
Absolutely. An 8.
Oh, apparently not. Never mind.
Yep.
That's a.
This is new to
I
you.
can go without a crit fail.
What you can glean out of it is just something went wrong.
May I investigate this room?
You want
Please,
to?
someone go with a good investigation. Mine sucks.
I'd like to, and I'm gonna use a moxie point
You will
to
give you
get
aid by looking.
advantage.
Give you aid by looking around.
Before,
Oh,
okay.
well, if you give me aid, then I don't need to use moxie point.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with 8, you all start looking around. You find very quickly there is the remains of research equipment here. Some tables, some bookshelves, various beakers and the like, but anything of wood you approach just disintegrates on a touch, down to just a pile of ash.
The birth of a
Anything-
god is a violent thing.
Anything of glass is melted and sludge-like, just like glue on the walls. All books have been burned
It's all
beyond
tacky and
recognition.
not solidified.
It is solidified. It just clearly got taffed onto the wall and melted
because
onto it.
if it was still like pliable, that means its molecular structure was very fucked with, and that's. Ooh.
You'd be getting closer to like the elephant's foot in Chernobyl if we were doing stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah, for reminding me. I can click on detect magic. So I would like to do that then.
all right. Okay, 30 feet. That covers most of the
Something I missed
room.
from jogging.
Looking around, your eyes glowing green for a moment. There's nothing actively arcane in here. In fact, this place is strangely barren of it.
She just looks around. It's like this place is a magical dead zone almost.
Whatever residual magic was in here must have been absorbed
It's
with their apotheosis.
If you want to
Likely.
call it that.
it kind of reminds me Like when a fire mage tells you he'll put out a fire by throwing a fireball at it.
That's stupid.
Yet
You
it
haven't-
works.
Says some wizard.
Mhm.
Hildegard just says, "You haven't met many fire mages." Then.
I was a fire mage.
Spend about 2 days here, you'll get to know more of them than you'll ever like to know.
I'm fine.
Well, this is a bit of a peace of mind, though I don't deny this place still puts a knot in my stomach. Miriam is just saying nothing, just kind of lurking near the doorway, just looking in. This is clearly the first time she's been in here.
Yeah, I was about to say, because if I remember correctly, Ruben acted without
Alone
her
here, yeah.
knowledge.
Yep.
Just one day, best friend is gone.
Hmm. Where was he working out of if not here?
I have no
There was the
idea.
lab out there where Nern was being held. That
From
got
what you've
eaten
described
by
to
the
me,
slime.
he likely was working through Petru for much of his time here. He
Yes.
was possessing her body, after all.
He only took physical form after Zond fell.
I have learned, when you slayed her, you could see the red ooze for a moment, but it evaporated away.
Yes.
His strength still was gathering then. He sought god blood to finish what he started. Though she
And
just
rather
looked.
guiltily.
Mm-hmm.
And he got it.
Well, that does raise questions of where he went first, if it took him this long to come back. Looking at the shadows of his
Yeah.
annihilation.
Question about the shadows. You
Mhm.
said there were like 9 of them blasted
Ye-
onto the walls and floor.
Yep.
That's a good question.
Um,
Is 9 a significant number?
Are they each like a mirror of this? Like they're all duplicates, like the same pose, or does it look like the light generated from inside him and blasted him out into 9 pieces?
When you look at it and kind of trail around with your eyes, you actually notice, funny enough, it kind of works almost like a zoetrope. There's a faint illusion of motion to them as it goes along, which doesn't really
Oh.
make sense.
Yeah, and Vasco will point that out. It goes, yeah, wait, just a minute. Everyone, look at these in sequence. This doesn't make sense. If he was blasted, there should only be one shadow.
Well, that is very strange.
I mean, Shemaeus is a gestalt of many things. Maybe whatever did this fractured him, and it took a while to reconjoin.
It's entirely possible.
I mean, this thing acts like an ooze, and that's how many oozes act. That's why you don't use blades against them. You just slice them, and now you have, instead of one big one, you have 2 average-sized ones, and then after they each kill and eat you, they just reform into one big one again.
When it happened, as he hesitates, you can see and faintly hear for those close by Miriam sucking in breath at that mention. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just... be easier to show you. It's never left my mind, after all. He steps up and he will cast Major Image in the center of the room.
Okay.
You can see The equipment in here looks cleaner. It's faint, barely visible, but you can see a much younger Reuben. Very similar to the picture you found in Miriam's hut of him. Very squirrely, very much a nerd. The kind of guy you would definitely picture getting swirlied.
Aww. Oh my god, you're so tiny.
I'm actually tinier now. And you can see the other one, another human man. It's like they haven't slept in a while. Somewhat feverish looking gaze, bright eyes that are brown almost to the point of being red, kind of maroon colored. There's no words being said, but you could see them speaking like ghosts almost. There is a clear showing of the two of them arguing. One, Reuben clearly trying to talk someone down as he is moving about, fiddling through things, looking through his books. There. As he pauses, the image comes to a standstill. You can't see any clear details in the book. He just kind of strides forward and looks down at it. That is what I snuck in and altered. I just changed a few numbers, enough to where it would throw things off and not work. He'd attempted this before. Nothing had come of it. This time he was sure. Claimed to be able to capture the ether itself. Take it into a physical state and possibly even wield or command it.
That's dangerous stuff.
That's the things that gods do.
When you altered the formula, you had to do this to him.
It was meant to do nothing, be another failure to try and dissuade him. But the image resumes and you see the argument intensify. It starts to move faster. Getting a bit more feverish with it. Getting things down, preparing things, turning on various alchemical contraptions. Jim Orvatz moves towards the center of the room, his spellbook out, begins looking over everything, smiling feverishly at his friend. Very much getting the vibe of assurance that this will be fine, that this is something I've accounted for.
Yeah, if this works, buddy, see you on the next side of godhood.
This part, as many of the words have faded, sound garbled to me. I barely remember what we were arguing about, but this part, you suddenly hear sound come into focus through the illusion. I'll carry this to my grave. You see the two friends. Jim, this is madness. This won't work. I keep telling you, there's so much more to do than this. You're young. You've got your whole life to figure this out. You're not sure why you're moving so quickly with it. The figure just speaks. The voice is similar to what you've heard come out of Shemaeus. But young, untested, and somehow a little bit more arrogant. Anyone could have figured this out, Reuben. That's the thing. It's all there. It's all been there this whole time. Everything's connected. The moons, the sky, the sun, all of it. The ether is within reach. It always has been. We just have to reach out and grab it. We just have to be able to grasp it in our fingers. And if everyone is too afraid to try, someone has to. You've seen what happened. You've seen what all's happened. This world has no need of gods. Gods don't know what it means to be mortal. They fail us every time. Reuben just kind of steps back, the younger one, standing in the exact same spot as the older Reuben, as though planned. I can't let you do it, Shem. If it happens and something goes wrong, you could destroy everything. Not just that, you could anger so many things. You're playing with forces you can't possibly begin to contain. Shem just looks and begins reading through the incantations. That's just it. So easy to contain, anyone could do it. They're hiding it from us. They don't want us to know it. They don't want to share. Who is they? Reuben cries out. Just have to show you. He begins reading, and Reuben steps back towards the doorway very quickly, and you can see... It's not deafening, because Major Illusion has limits, but you can see a lot of arcane sigils appearing in the little, on the walls and everything around it. Really complex stuff.
Can I try and just memorize some of those?
Make an intelligence check.
I'm decent at this.
Can I try an Arcana for similar?
Ha! No, I'm not.
It's actually kind of fitting. You can Arcana if you wish. They are moving fast. They are complex, high-level shit that you do not recognize. Vask, these are not recognized arcane runes.
These give
These
off a
feel
vibe
more like...
of
These are almost more like... These seem more like wards. Like something is trying to fence something in that's not supposed to be happening.
Wait, as if this is separate from the ritual?
It might be a response to the ritual. So, as he reads,
Fatality's
Reuben...
reacting against the intrusion.
So Reuben, the young one, is bolting for the door at this point. And in a flash, everything changes. There's just a burst from the center of Shem's chest of just pure light. Reuben just barely manages to run through these wards across the doorway, and the burst of light stops just shy of them. It's blinding. You see everything get fuzzy. For a moment, the vision gets out of focus, and Reuben just clears his throat. I was blind for 3 hours. From that, when my vision returned, it looked an awful lot like this. The illusion fades. No traces of my friend at all.
What are they talking about?
He found something. We would go into the library at times. We'd go to areas students weren't supposed to look at, technically. The areas where the books are kept, not so much restricted out of us not being ready for them, but because some of them were not meant to be read by mortal eyes. I don't know what he found, but he found something. Some treatise on the ether, if I had to guess, on the nature of what makes things what they are. Sort of primal, foundational magic.
The runes that were manifesting, those didn't look part of the ritual. They looked like a reaction or a response to the ritual. Like
Indeed.
something was trying to contain it, isolate it.
He was
Like
breaking.
a natural immune response of the universe.
He didn't do those?
I have no idea. I have looked this over many times. I have pored over every tome in that library trying to find them. And I haven't. If they were in any books, they're likely the one he had that got destroyed. I don't recognize them. And I would assume whoever made them, or whatever made them, didn't want what was happening to go anywhere beyond that room.
Imagine that.
I thought that was the end of it.
DM.
Yep.
Vask did confirm he felt contact with him in the greater consciousness of Shemea's the ooze, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so it was contained, but then somehow ended up in Shemea's mass.
We do not know. I've spoken with the mothers about him as well, Miriam says, stepping in a little bit, looking very uncomfortable stepping inside, but still. They are not sure. They've never encountered anyone like him. They can feel him spreading his malignance down here. His sickness, they describe him. They're not sure if Shem became him or if Shem was just taken by this thing. What came first, we do not know.
But he is certainly not going to tell us.
Considering the involvement of time magic, the answer may be complicated.
It will never be a straight one unless we are willing to tell him some manner of thing he will use to destroy us. Whatever he was, whatever he may have been once, that is not my friend down there. Not anymore. I've had a long time to get away from that. But it was enlightening seeing where it happened.
Not a pretty sight. Can't help but wonder what would have happened if you hadn't changed anything.
I will wrestle with that question every day for the rest of my life.
Well, Ruben, what's done is done. It happened, it's over. We're here now. You need to grapple with what's in front of you.
It's hardly a struggle for me. It's been grounding to come back and face this again, but I've had decades, almost a century, of trying to make sure that I paid things forward. The last headmaster, she was skilled, but she saw the best in people, far too much for her own good. And I was granted that position. I've long made sure anyone with ambitions was properly met and properly addressed. There are a few every few years. It's the nature of wizardry.
I'll be honest with you. I might have been one of those students if I came here.
You likely might have. Well, frankness, I probably would have hated your guts.
Honestly, same. I'd have found you stifling.
I'd have found you petulant. Come, I've had enough of this place.
Before we leave, just another. Do I see any keys or remnants of what would have been a key?
Vasquez gonna look around one last time.
You two can both investigate or provide aid if you wish.
Yes.
I'll provide you aid because I have, let's see, my investigation. A 2.
I have a 6.
21.
21.
Okay. You look over the place. No signs of a key.
I'm sorry, that's something on here.
No,
Ruben.
that's not Bass, that's me.
I know. Yeah, but still, not on you, Beth. Hey, Ruben.
Hi.
We already
looking-
asked.
We did?
You did
think
bring
so.
that up in
Miriam.
the past.
Hey,
Alright.
Miriam,
yeah.
I know this is a moment, but Vask pulls out the lockbox and kind of shows the 2 keys that are already slotted in and goes, "This has been driving me crazy ever since I found this here. Do you happen to know where the 3rd key is? Or any inkling where it might be hidden?"
Let me see her spell list real quick.
For the love of all the gods, help this man.
Have you tried swapping the keys and pulling them in and out?
You tried turning it off and on again.
Exactly that. I guess the
I could
D&D
use shake
equivalent
water
would
to
be
make an ice replica key.
That would not work.
I don't think my normal trick of dealing with locks of, phrasing a lock to break it will work with this because
Not
this seems special.
likely. This was a personal little compartment of his. Strange that it's still around.
We found it around here when this was being used by, we assume, Petru or some other puppet. Someone moved in after, kind of gestures vaguely towards the hidden lab. After that happened and was working here, but he pulls out the jar of the slime, the sample of the slime that attacked us while here, and goes, "This cleaned up after us when we were saying we were going to come back and bring stuff to the college."
I'd be shocked that that's a piece of him right now.
Look at it, shake it.
That's a piece of him. Pauses, shakes violently. Motherfucker, what's the key?
It's like mixing up like a can of paint, or a jar of paint.
You
Where's
have
the
an
key?
incel in your pocket.
it's grody. It's got opinions.
That's gonna be...
That.
Took a second for it to kick in how funny that statement was.
Worst. I hate to bring up the worst possible scenario, but her eyes drift to use. It was eating things.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
We will
It ate
take
books.
it if you like.
What?
We will take it if you like. Contain it.
Oh, the ooze?
If it is
Yeah.
indeed a part of him.
Well, it was a piece that we killed.
And yet it still lives. Possibly.
Handed over. This was made with Agavir's blood, I believe.
Dragon blood likely gave him a sizable amount of corporeal time, if I had to guess. But not enough to stay permanently.
That would explain why Petcher was trying to render the corpse down with all expediency.
Indeed.
Well, anything with the key?
I lack the knowledge, but looking over. Do you have 10 minutes to spare? Reuben says.
Oh,
Looking
yeah.
at the group, I mean, yeah.
I known you were looking for it still. Hold on. Takes the lockbox, looks at the keys. And 10 minutes, once you are outside, he will cast Legend Lore.
Oh, shit.
Vask will just kind of stand there smoking his pipe, watching.
Unblinking.
Find me that damn key, Magic Man.
I like your words, Magic Man.
I would be able to cast that, but I have 0 fifth level spell slots left.
Strange.
Oh god, what?
I really hope we're not going to have to go ask Timaeus itself.
No. Strange. No, it's... This spell is a bizarre one. It speaks in riddles. Here's... He sent the key away. To a friend. Someone he'd been writing to.
Oh,
Is there a name?
Yeah. Mr. Oh, they're still alive. I'm a fan of their work.
I believe the name you described was Ichabod.
Tattoos on Vask just go kind of that pitch black when he's just furious.
oh, whoa, Vast. Fuck.
I was half expecting the white and red alternating of an angry cuttlefish.
That's right.
Any idea on where this Ichabod might be? Speaking very level and calmly.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person.
That's what I was thinking too.
This was likely 70, 80 years ago. It appears, what I can tell, they were in correspondence, and they were working on something pertaining to these keys. Little porthole of sorts for traveling between locations.
Vask's eye twitches when he realizes that earlier in his life he was probably around the third key without even realizing it, the importance of it.
Just imagine it was in his pocket at one point, just like, oh, this is garbage. I don't even know what this goes to.
Yeah, when you broke out of the tower, you grabbed that exact key and used it to try to open your cell door, and it didn't work, and you threw it away in anger.
Oh no. But,
That is the last thing I know.
Well, we can find this
Interesting.
like a bulb. If he's still around, or some of his descendants, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
This might be a dumb question, but I'm full of those, so... Is this like a magical lock?
Of a sort, yes.
shrug.
It's gonna, like, suggest that maybe somebody could pick it, but if it's magical, then maybe not.
It has been sealed for some time. The 5 keyholes is meant to trick people into thinking it's more complex than it actually is.
It's
we
like that
found the
one.
2 keys.
If you like, Miriam says, with another 10 minutes, I could attempt to scry this fellow.
Yes, please.
Yes, please do.
Straight face. Yes, please.
Magic mirror on the wall. Show me the biggest bitch of them all.
Vask shut down the telepathic bond.
Okay.
Oh. Alright. It's weird having such powerful friends, allies, whatever.
I could also do that, but I bought a 5th level spell slots.
That's why I only say have I had enough time to virtually cast it?
Just
All right.
looks around slowly. It's like, oh, this is weird.
Okay. I have to roll and see if Ichabod passes the save to be scryed.
Ask will hand over the book. Because this
Okay.
was his. Maybe this will help focus.
I appreciate it.
This was his. Find the bitch.
You got the scent, boy?
Okay, just reading through scrying. It has a lot of text.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. A big
So the
old
few-
spell.
So the few 5e spells
very
that read like
situational spells.
Pathfinder.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She attempts it. The mirror that she's using begins to come into focus. You see a laboratory, the interior of one,
Mm.
rather dimly lit, and you can see large tubes of glass glowing in a faint green light. And standing shrouded in front of them is a figure in yellow robes, their face obscured. Walks about, making some measurements. The sensor follows him for a time. At one point, you look in closely and you see inside of this tank appears to be a dragonborn,
Ooh.
but something's wrong with it. It's been warped. Its arms are 3 times longer than they need to be. Its anatomy is twisted, changed, red in scale.
Oh.
As it walks down a hallway, you see just countless specimens in various states of life and death.
What the fuck is this?
And they said he didn't stop working. Is it all red dragonborn in the tubes, or is there like different types of people?
Various different things. Fellspawn creatures, humans, a few changelings even.
Oh fuck.
Do any of them look like they have familiar, I don't know, tattoos?
None that you can see in this immediate vicinity.
Or does he?
You haven't seen the face yet. At one point, they arrive at a desk and begin looking over things. And from the inside of the yellow robe, a tentacle emerges from behind the back, reaching over to another table, grasping something and bringing it over.
That's fucked.
That'd explain why an old fucker when I knew him when I was younger is still alive.
This is not sanctioned work at all, Ruin says. This is not the sort of thing they would allow anywhere I know. Even the wizards of Whitemore would blanch at this.
Not to be a smartass, but I don't think he cares.
Clearly
No.
not.
Yeah, this is.
What? That?
Yes.
Who is this man?
You know what we said about secrets before? He's mine. I was in one of those tubes before. I'm one of the successes. I think his only success. I hope.
Yee. Stilgard kind of blanches at that.
Let's see.
My powers weren't willingly or consensually given.
Is
I
the
hope
scrying still up?
It is.
I have been wondering about that.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Vasquez is just trying to drink in every detail he can, even though
Yeah.
this is very obviously very painful for him to be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take in detail too. Is there anything I can do there, VV?
You can roll
Like
an
when he's looking
investigation.
Like when he's at
Alright.
the desk. See if there's anything. I know Scry doesn't really allow that, but I do want to see if they can glean anything from the paperwork on the desk or books.
That's too far away to get a clear look at.
I'm
Yeah.
going to use a moxie point.
All right.
I've been getting AIDS, so like keep it like oh fuck. God damn it.
What are you guys trying to glean from this exactly?
Anything really.
Anything.
Did I
Location.
So
gotta use
Important
perception to
details.
look around in there?
You know,
or-
ingredients that are only endemic to a certain region.
do you guys want to know where this guy is?
Can you find someone
I mean,
now that you've seen them?
I can look. We can try. I do have 4th level spells and divination. And that's a ritual. I could cast that in 10 minutes if we're
Another 10 minutes.
if we're gonna be staring at this guy for 10 minutes. So
Yeah, let's stay with this guy for 10 minutes. What? Does anything else happen besides the fucking tentacle? Do we ever see his face?
At one point, one of the creatures, some fell spawn that looks as though it is little more than just bared, exposed muscle and tendons, begins to writhe.
Ooh.
Blood spurting out of it that is glowing, very similar colors to Vask's tattoos. And as it does, as he walks by, looks down at it for a moment, and a pair of long, spider-like limbs come out of his lower back of the cloak and pierce into it. And it goes still.
Ooh.
Lovely.
yeah.
You know what they say about don't sample your own goods?
As we're watching this guy and Vara like takes in how Vask is reacting to this, she will, if allowed, ritually cast divination.
Though I do want to avoid. That is like,
If this man is as dangerous as Vask is reacting, I would beware trying to spy upon him any further. He's clearly not human anymore. His senses may be expanded.
You all see as the figure turns and begins walking towards the screen.
Fun.
In spite of the fact that as they're scrying, Garm nonetheless steals himself, ready to fucking throw down.
It approaches the tube with the red dragonborn-like creature in it. Places a hand up to it and almost caresses along the edges of it. Tenderly. Finds a lever and pulls it. The liquid drains into some unknown thing. And the creature, which reared up probably close to 10 feet tall, crude, awkward wings, gangly and malformed, emerges, shakily breathing, looking around. One of its eyes is gouged out. It is clearly not in a great place emotionally, but when he reaches out, he touches the lower jaw. Once again, that same tenderness, looks at it, just nods to it. It goes rigid, rises up, and begins walking and following him. Eventually, he reaches over at another table, and you see a collection of some kind of alchemical apparati that form a circle on the ground. He extends out a hand. For some unknown means, a sort of dust glows out over it, a cloud, and it creates a portal of sorts. From that portal, immediately, a sickly blue-green fog begins to fill the room. Looks over at the creature, nods at it. It nods back and lumbers into the center of it and disappears.
I am on guard, looking around in case the portal opens up.
Yeah, same.
And right around that point, the 10 minutes pass.
Vera's eyes kind of roll back in her head, and she looks at Vask, not seeing him. I have one question.
Turn to look.
What question do you want me to ask?
Way to put me on the spot. Just where can he be found?
I'm gonna phrase that. Where is he? And she means right now, where is he?
Let me see the exact wording of divination. Better if I can see for myself. Okay. I will DM you the answer.
Okay. When she casts this, and you kind of feel the air snap around her as she connects to something, and her eyes roll back in her head, and it's really sort of unsettling because she goes stone still.
Yeah. That's safe. She says that too, Ruben. That's safe.
Okay.
It is magic. Powerful magic. Is any amount of powerful magic safe?
her eyes like blink back open, and she looks over at Vask and she goes, and Calvin Capital, Shivala. I mean anything to anybody?
That is far.
May I make a history
If I
check on
remember
that?
right.
You know Van Kelba, at least. You've heard the name. It was just discussed last session.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
place
It's
where they
where,
don't let anyone in or out.
is that where the fucking weird magic's going on?
Potentially.
And where Esther and Sam are
Sam are
going.
going. Fuck. Guys.
He's there. That's where that is.
That's where Sam and Esther want to go.
We should probably warn him about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll send Sam a message. I can't
Alright.
send Esther a message because her guardian does not like that.
Whatever it is.
Well, I can just talk to them. I was hoping we can just talk to them. You don't need to learn your stuff right now.
No need. I'll send them. I'll let them know right now.
Oh, I thought they had already left.
They're here.
No.
I can connect it.
Asked about that.
Ruben looks genuinely repulsed by what he just witnessed.
Yeah.
There's
Jenna
clearly, they're clearly
looks
seeing which.
worried.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I've let him get away with it this long.
He jumped halfway across the world to a place you're not supposed to be able to get into.
Parker like kind of wipes her arms off after seeing that, and she's like, ugh.
Yeah, I feel fucking.
Actually, you know what? Vask actually is going to use calm emotions on himself.
Alrighty.
So he'll use the sorcerer points for that.
Look, Vask is actually taking drugs.
He's literally been there the whole time with all these 10-minute ritual casts, just like chain smoking out of his pipe.
I'm sorry. I wish the answers could be easier.
Oh no, this is the most information I've gotten in the last 5 years.
Well, I don't know a way into Ankelba. I don't think Sam and Esther do either.
She does like that motion with her hand.
What they told me, they didn't know how they were going to get in, but they were going to try.
Yeah, that's funny.
Was I?
Esther
Must be
believes
possible.
Esther believes her father may have been from there. Likely a runaway alchemist of some kind, given his making of her arm.
Didn't Lewis say his father was from there as well?
He was from a Nankelban former territory, the desert region of Aegeon far to the south.
Okay.
But that would take, like, better part of a year to get to from here.
Jeez.
Well, if we have business there. Fuck, are we gonna be trying to get in there?
I would not advise it until you know for sure you know a way.
Yeah,
All
I
who
know.
have tried
I'm-
have perished.
And I don't want to drag everyone into the personal thing, but eventually I am going to have to go there.
Well, let us know if there's any
Don't
way we
worry,
can
I'm not
help.
going to go rushing in myself, just
Vask,
unprepared. Hmm.
personal involvement inside this is a accomplice of Shamaeus. It is worthwhile to pursue him.
Agreed.
Bask actually starts laughing now. Like it's almost as if he's like, because the minute of the calm emotions is up, as he's just like, "Oh, fucking course, of course that fucker has the key."
Of course.
Everything is connected. It's always that bastard's.
I love how we're going like, I
Huh?
hate that. I love how he just goes, I hate that man. I will kill him. He has the key. Oh, he's gonna fucking die now. Just the immediate tone change of I will
Yeah,
kill
just
him.
Ichabod's just shriveled on the floor after getting his ass beat. It's like, so why'd you hunt me down after all this time? It's like, I want to know what's in the fucking box.
Where's the goddamn key? Come on.
Just straight up Batman and Dark Knight Rises. Just where's the trigger?
Where's the key?
It's like, I'm sorry, the what? The key.
Key
I have a
now.
lot of those. What about our personal history? I don't give a shit about our history. Where's the key?
So, with that knowledge absorbed, a lot of knowledge absorbed, we will call it there for the night.
Woo.
Okay. All right.